A&B Combos Wrestling Edition proudly presents This Week in Wrestling with your anchors, Jack Anoff and Betsy Bedwetter.
Breaking news, as Rhea and Damon's revenge tour gets kicked off the ground, the only Tribal Chief began a revenge tour of his own until he hit a roadblock by the name of Jacob Fatu. Friday Night SmackDown teased us with a KO turn, and Ricochet has officially signed with AEW. Good evening and welcome to This Week in Wrestling. I'm Jack Anoff.
And I'm Betsy Bedwetter.
And here are our top stories.
Our top story, the Terror Twins are gaining momentum as they show the Judgment Day remnants why they were the most dominant and dangerous members since day one. Speaking of day one, if anyone has seen this ooze, please call in to our tip hotline.
Since the return of Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, he has proceeded to single-handedly destroy the 8675309 bloodline on SmackDown until Jacob Fatu, who has in fact been a game changer. Will we see either or both members of Day One-ish helping Uce out anytime soon, or will Roman have to go solo? Sokoa. Are you all right, Betsy?
Oh, this Roman talk. Is it hot in here?
Pull yourself together, Betsy, and let's save the waterworks for the weather segment. Someone has gone subtropical. Jack Anoff.
Big Bronson Reed has proceeded to tsunami superstars left and right as Adam Pearce struggles to locate his testicular fortitude.
Perhaps they're in Maurice's purse.
Perhaps. If we could just have a moment of silence
For this small chronic break.
A no for the cracked ribs of Mr. Rollins, R-Truth, The Miz, and for Mr. Pierce's testicles.
Ding! Ding!
However, another big S.O.B threw his pair over his shoulder as Braun Strowman interrupted the untimely demise of The Miz with the save. Now that's what I call a happy ending. Jack?
Thank you, Betsy. And as we all know, I've never refused a happy ending. Jack Anoff. It's time for our segment, Rumor Has It.
Rumor has it!
Now that AEW has officially signed Ricochet, there's a reimagined Hurt business in the works. Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and Ricochet are said to be forming the Purely Fused Hurt Syndicate of Collective Business, or the Hurt Syndicate for short.
On Friday Night SmackDown, the Unholy Union teamed with Blair Davenport to face Guns and Buns teamed with Naomi. The Storm showed up and showed the fans that she is a force to be reckoned with after all. They took the loss, but her performance was a small victory for her fans. She may have started slow, but she is coming up fast and hard and looking like a real-life gladiator.
She came at them fast and hard, and that sentence doesn't even need a joke. Jack Anoff. Mi Chen will be taking on Nia Jax at Friday Night SmackDown. But Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, who are now backstage characters, planted seeds of doubt in the loyalty of her pretty pet princess, Tiffany Stratton. Will Tiffy in the Bank cash in on her bestie, or will Nia Jax turn the tables herself, squashing everyone out of paranoia into her hole?
The Bash at Berlin will bring us Drew McIntyre facing CM Punk for the infamous bracelet with the name of his wife and goofy-ass dog. Cody Rhodes will be facing Kevin Owens for a title match that he pushed on him, but now WWE is pushing something of their own. A possible heel turn for KO once again. No one is expecting Kevin to win, but after the match, will KO whoop that trick?
Get him.
Whoop that trick.
Get him. In fact, I've got to push something out myself. For This Week in Wrestling, remember, skeet, skeet, skeet. I'm Jack Anoff.
And I'm Betsy Bedwetter.
Good night.
This week's sponsor is Dude Wipes. When you've got a problem with your hole, use Dude Wipes. This has been a presentation of A&B Combos Wrestling Edition, This Week in Wrestling. This is A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. All right, we are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I think we're here. Although I see something. Hold on one second. Something is over. Yep, I see it. Hang on, I got to make one small change. Is it this one?
Do not adjust your browser windows. Becky has not grown a beard.
There you go.
She's out tonight.
All right, one small adjustment. My apologies. Welcome to the most must-see wrestling viewing and live reaction show on all of YouTube. Welcome to A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. This is what I'm talking about. I see there's been a change here. I don't know what happened. Hold on one second, because this is what happens when you don't have time to go ahead and set things up. There's a small, as you can see, the monitor is kind of in the way. But let me get this introduction out of the way first. We have our channel mascots, plural, who, wow, has got no chill.
Just loving the house tonight, man.
Got no chill. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here is our Shih Tzu Terrier of Terror. You know her as the one and only Bone Crusher. Go ahead, hop down. And, of course, we have Stella Rose is in the house. Stella Rose, say hi to the people. Say hi to the people. Up.
What up, Stella?
Up. Yeah.
Meeting Bone Crusher in person is like a dream come true.
It is like a dream come true.
Yeah, it is. It's
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm marking out for Bone Crusher over here.
So B over here, I'm just kidding. This is actually not B. So this is our wrestling historian. We have, and if you just could, one of our daughters is having an operation situation. Everything went well. She's going to get her right now, so we got to deal with that all week. So B is not here today, but what we do have, ladies and gentlemen, is no less. I have with me Big Gold, our wrestling historian, Steven Sandridge.
Thank you for having me.
This man knows more about wrestling than anybody in the world.
That's a lofty claim. I'll take it for the next few hours at least until I'm quickly disproven. Hey, everybody, it's so good to see you guys here tonight. It's glad to be here. Glad to meet Bone Crusher. Glad to meet Stella. Hey, it's an honor and a privilege to sit in B's seat. And I brought my own Roman pillow tonight.
This is big goal right.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got the championship
Story.
gold.
Yeah, you got the gold. I can't do your voice. I'm gonna leave all the voices to you.
You've got the nameplate on there.
Yeah, this has been in my possession since 2008, before the first time we all thought Ric Flair was going to retire.
Wow.
Yeah, my older brother and I went in and got this, and we attended WrestleMania 24 and the Hall of Fame ceremony that year in Orlando.
Really?
Yeah, that was growing up as preacher's kids. We never got to go to a pay-per-view because they were always on Sunday nights.
Wow.
And after our father passed, God rest his soul,
wow,
we went in together. We're like, you know what? We're going to go to a show. We went to WrestleMania 24. And that was our first pay-per-view we ever went to together.
No kidding.
Yeah, so it was pretty wild. It's, to date, still my only WrestleMania. Looking to add to that list one of these days. But it's a great show to have gone to. I actually dodged a bullet. We almost went to 27, but I moved out of the state like 2 weeks before. In hindsight, it turns out that wasn't a well-received WrestleMania, so I'm not so heartbroken about it.
So you're
but
fine
being
with
there
it.
for Edge and Taker, being there for Flair and Shawn Michaels, yeah, it's a great memory. CM Punk's first Money in the Bank win.
Okay, that's
yeah,
right.
So
that's right.
anyway, that's all history, and I know we're here going to watch some
We're going to watch
tonight,
a superb product. This is the go-home show, Monday Night Raw, and Dirty Daddy Dom is going off. Did not let my man get a word in edgewise.
No.
I'm going to move the monitor back. Hang on 1 second, folks.
I haven't seen this much fringe in a really long time.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. A little bit.
It really looks like an extension of his mullet.
There we go.
It's dragging here just a bit. It's under there. Yeah. There we go.
Pull that-
Cool.
pull
Cool.
the,
Oh, you
pull
got
it
it.
back towards you. There we go. Beautiful.
Okay. Well, we've got the LWO in the house. Ray, Dragon Lee, and I believe that's Wild and Cruz.
You said the
Cruz del
NWO's
Toro?
in the house?
The LWO. Yeah.
World.
Yeah.
Oh, LWO.
Oh, man,
okay,
yeah.
my bad.
They're,
LWO.
I don't know that they're for life. They might just be for a little while.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Yeah, but
You're not kidding. I'm going to tell you right now, though. I'm going to tell you right now what I expect from tonight, the Go Home Show. Raw has been on fire the past several weeks,
Yes.
so they better freaking come with it. And I want to give a quick point of order to Nick Aldis, the GM over here at SmackDown. Your shows have been a little lame, a little lackluster, a little whack. Okay, it's a Go Home Show. You better do something. Mm-hmm. You better do something.
I tell you what, man, Raw has been fantastic, especially in PLE weeks. I've been a big fan. At first, I was skeptical of these like 4 or 5 match PLEs. You know, all the matches are great, but it's a small number compared to say last night in Wembley, which 14 matches or so. Or I'm
Like 20 on
guessing.
the
I don't know,
card.
but there was a lot.
It was
but
insane.
to offset that, though, they've really escalated Raw and sometimes
Yeah.
SmackDown going into those weeks. So I'm excited to see what comes tonight.
This is going to be good. Let's
Yeah.
see what we got to say here. Rey Mysterio, my son, Dominic.
Father and son just going to
Fruit
be
of
for
the
life.
loins. Fruit of my loins. Let me turn this up a little bit.
Yeah.
We're going to get some shouts over here as soon as we get going. I'm going to get the ticker up. We got a real daddy out here.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I love that. Can we get
A little excuse me there.
I think we know somebody else that used to
little-
say,
little-
excuse me.
Excuse me.
Can we get a Miss Guerrero out here, please? Thank you. Somebody had to say it.
For once, I would like to see Ray come in here like real dad style. Like, oh, so you a man now, huh?
Oh my gosh, please snap that mustache off his face.
JD. Down goes JD. Oh, there goes Carlito.
All right, I'm going to get that ticker up right here. There we go.
Oh,
We're rocking live. That's what
some
I'm
hang
talking
time
about.
right there.
LWO's letting you know what's up.
That's right.
La raza.
If you had told me in 1996, in the year of our Lord 1996, that Rey Mysterio would still be rocking the same match style, I'd have
Yeah.
said you were crazy.
Yeah, you are not kidding.
I don't know what his secret is.
I'll tell you what it is right now. I think it's just pure grit, determination. The fact that my man is like, look, you got to love the business. You really have to appreciate the business. The fact that, and we watched his background story. Technically speaking, he shouldn't even be here.
No.
He should not be where he is. He's like this big. I think Zelina Vega might have him by 1/4 of an inch. I mean, he is a tiny guy.
And do you remember those old WWE DVDs that would have the "Don't try this at home" thing? And he was always like, "I had surgery 3 times on my left knee," or whatever, or something like that. That the amount of injuries he's come back from too. He's not like Miz or somebody else who just has been blessed with
Stella
very few
Rose?
injuries.
Come here, Stella. You know what's funny? Do you remember when Big Show had him on the stretcher?
Yes, and just whacked him up against the.
And then he fell, and he couldn't get his hands up.
He fell like face first.
Face
didn't he?
first. Face first. Let's just think about that for a second. You know, my man went ahead and got down with the get down, and I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
If you guys were joining us at the top of the hour, thank you so much. We got in here just as the Judgment Day was doing their thing. The beginning video was a news spoof. That is our This Week in Wrestling. Every once in a while, you hear Jack Antoff and Betsy Betwetter come on out, and that's where we get a little cheeky. All right, we still keep it clean, but we got to have a little bit of fun. You know, we get a little cheeky with it. So that's what it was. Just a little something to, you know, make you smile, make you pass the day. It's stupid, I know, but it's funny. At least we hope you thought it was funny. So let me go ahead and give some shouts right out of the gate. I want to go ahead and thank our entire Mod Squad. I see the wise man, LA Knight.
Yeah.
We acknowledge you. Yeah.
Let me talk to you.
Wise man, LA Knight is in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Who else is in here? Let me see. I got a wrench. Let me see. I thought I saw an OG. There we go. Sophie Dophie, the OG, Triple OG. The Extreme Tate 824. Part of the Mod Squad. Keep an eye on things, y'all, because, you know, it can get a little crazy in here sometimes. But I think so far, so good. And actually, you're one of our mods.
Yeah. I'm gonna be a little lax, so I need the rest of the squad to keep it up tonight.
Keep it up
while I'm under the bright lights.
Actually, it does get hot under these
Bleed
lights.
and sweat and pay the price. I'm gonna channel 1985 Ric Flair a lot here. You already said I'm showing my age tonight, Sophie.
I can't help it that I'm custom made.
I spent more money on spilled liquor than you made. None of that was true, but man, 85 Flair was something else.
It was a different time.
Much different time.
It was a different time. Blood Ninja the Gamer, I see you, brother. Thank you very much for being in here. Let me see. I think that's what we got for the mods. Our members, I'm not sure if I'll be able to see the members. Rickety, I think you are one of them. Dylan Danger, Movie Queen, Dawsey Chatham, CW41, Samantha Poole, JR Dugan. Let me see. Jody Bennett. Woo! What up, Jody?
Always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
I do that in my own living room, but nobody hears it. So.
And you're going to do it again.
Yeah, I know.
You're going to do it again. Aaron Drew, what is going on, my man? Good to see you. If you don't know, now you know. If you were not here, you just dropped in. One of our daughters had surgery earlier today. Pretty serious surgery, but everything turned out well. So Becky, a.k.a. B, will not be here this evening. Instead, we have our wrestling historian with big gold, baby, Steven Sandridge.
Sitting in for the night. Prayers up for A&B's family, y'all.
Thank you very much, brother. And
quick
he's also
recoveries.
one of our mods. So thank you very much for keeping an eye on things. We got a matchup right here, LWO going against the Judgment Day. So while this match is going on, let me go ahead and drop it on you. I think this might be first in line. If not, I apologize, but it could be Tyrell Breed Gaming. There it is. You get that honorable mention. Thank you very much, Tyrell Breed Gaming. My baby sis, mwah, love you. I got to tell you, the dogs, they barked at first. But then we calmed them down because we have a tool. We have a tool, and then they sense the good.
Yeah.
They sense not the evil.
They looked at me and they said, "My dog." And I'm here. I think it's the Sami Zayn beard. I think, you know, it's my affinity for the Steiner brothers.
And he's feeling
Bron
very
Breakker.
oozy tonight.
Yeah, I'm feeling very oozy. I'm happy in the house. Looks like we got a couple
oozy.
of super chats.
We got some
already.
super chats in here.
I
All
believe we
right.
do.
I'm going to skip down really quickly. Fareed Saheed, Anthony, here. What's up, Brandon King Carter? Go JB24. Why? Because you got to put the foe on that man. That's what I'm talking about. Who else do we have in the hizzy? Let me take a look. Let me bring it on down. T-Man. I see you, T-Man. Thank you very much for being in here. Let me see. I'm going to grab down Cap for Life. Thank you for being in here, sir. We appreciate you. For real. Rest in peace to Psycho Sid, man.
Yes, indeed.
Psycho Sid.
What a career, too. A monster in a time where there weren't really a lot of monsters. Like Andre and Big John Studd. I know I'm going super old with you guys now. They had, kind of had their time. And there was a period from like 91 to pretty much before Kane showed up.
Yeah.
From like 91 to 96, 97, like if you wanted a monster, you had Vader or you had Sid.
Yeah.
You were a Vader guy or a Sid guy. And Sid, one of my favorite things about Sid before, I don't know if they did this in WWF or not, but they used to announce him in WWF as being from anywhere he darn well pleases. I always love it when ring announcers do a little extra. That's why I love Samantha Irvin, you know.
Protect her at all costs.
All costs. She's a national treasure.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man, Sid was one of a kind.
Yeah. Do you remember when he snapped his leg?
Oh, I wish I could forget. That was the most gruesome thing I didn't plan to see on purpose.
I've seen some horrible, horrible things in my time. And this is one of the reasons why my parents said, hey, why don't you be a doctor? And I said, hey, no.
Yeah.
Because we are gross on the inside. But that was awful.
And that's a great lesson, too, for why, like, the old adage of, like, big dudes just need to do big dude stuff.
Yeah.
I had heard that he was, like, convinced into doing that because he was jumped off the second rope or something like that. And he didn't even want to do it and got convinced into it. And then I'm surprised he even recovered from that.
Well, it blows my mind when you actually see big guys like for example, Keith Lee, a man of his size, of his girth. It's not like he's just big. He's big.
Thick.
He should not, by all rights, move the way that he does.
Oh, yeah.
And
He's
it
a freak of
blows my
nature.
mind. And I really wish that you would do him right, TK. I'm not going to get on that. But seriously, rest in peace to Sid Vicious.
Yes.
I was a big fan of his. I really was. Blue Will Sonic, what is up, my friend? Good to see you. We are in the middle of Judgment Day versus the LWO. I really wish they would give me more of an NWO vibe, but that's neither here nor there. That's
Take
neither
over
here
a little
nor
bit
there.
more.
While I'm doing this, James Cole, how are you, sir? Wesley Franklin, always a pleasure. Almeric Hendricks, thank you very much for that. Yes, Psycho Sid, man. It kind of blows my mind. And please show my man Steven that love. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, I've been seeing the love already. Appreciate you guys. Sophie said that I resemble Kevin Owens more than Sami Zayn. And I think maybe on the outside, I'll take that. But I got to tell you, I do not possess the aggression that Kevin Owens possesses. I'm much more chill in person.
Well, let me ask you this. We have the show, the PLEs this weekend. We saw what happened between KO. He was holding that belt, standing behind Cody Rhodes. I don't want to get into a whole thing right now, but I just want to know, do you think we will see a heel turn at Bash in Berlin?
A heel turn, I don't think so. I think if it were me, I think he's going to walk all the way up to the edge of it. I think he'll fight him like a heel, and I think he'll shake his hand after it's over.
Really?
With a tease. I think that will take us all the way to the edge of thinking he'll turn on him, and he'll be like, you know what, you won. But hey, I've been wrong plenty of times, and it would make sense because Cody needs some heels. He don't have many right now.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. And I'm still kind of shocked that it was KO. KO still always manages to surprise me because when they did this trade, when they were doing this whole Rock situation and all that stuff that was going on with Jey Uso and whatnot, I legitimately was like, okay, this is it. This is how Cody Rhodes gets that transfer. Didn't happen. It was KO, and I was all like, really?
Yeah.
You know, and that's sad because I don't want to take away from what Kevin Owens does and who he is, but he continues to surprise me each and every time I see this man.
He's so consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I respect that.
Yeah.
I got to wonder if they didn't have that little mishap at King of the Ring between Randy and Gunther and the way that match ended, would we even see this match at all? Or would Randy be the one knocking on Cody's door?
I tell you what, I'm in no way, shape, or form going to say a prediction. Don't come for me, Sophie Dofi. I will simply say this. If this was going to be Orton versus Cody, I would be more inclined to believe the possibility of a title change.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and this is no disrespect. I mean, every great performer is better when it has an inclination they trend towards, right, of what they're better as. Owens is definitely more interesting as a heel than as a good guy. I mean, he's just built that way.
Yep.
So I think it would be good if they can make it make sense instead of him just deciding to do it. And they've done a lot. They've done a really good job of making things make sense lately. Not everything, but a lot more than they used to be.
It's got to be, for me, I hate to, because I know this word is overused quite a bit, but it's got to be organic.
100%.
It's got to be, it's got to make sense, man. And if it doesn't make sense, why do it? You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if you're going to do it, just do it. Because that's the one thing I always hated. Like, you saw this with the Big Show. He kept flipping and flopping.
Yeah.
I don't like flippers and floppers.
No. Great example of lack of organic face and heel turns.
Exactly.
CW41 down here saying heel Randy greater than face Randy. I'd agree with you that, but I would like to give an honorable mention to doesn't give a you know what Randy. Living his best life Randy right now, the one who comes down the aisle when they announce his weight and he says, I've been eating.
Yeah.
I'm having a lot of fun with chill Randy too.
Yeah,
he's heel good. Randy was one of a kind.
I was watching Orton when he first won the World Heavyweight title, and I'm looking at him today, and I'm like, yeah, my man is, as I like to say, red beans and rice didn't miss him, because he has been getting down.
Yes, sir.
And putting that work in the gym. Like, he is solid.
Yeah,
now.
dude is thick. And he also reminds you, and this is no shade to anybody else, how big the traditional superstar used to be.
Yeah.
Because when you even go back and watch WrestleMania when Cody won the belt and everybody came and, Bret Harted Cody.
Yep.
When Randy got in the ring, he made them all look like cruiserweights.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, I forgot how big Randy was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I kind of, I know McMahon liked the kind of Hercules, Billy Jack Haynes type bodies.
The body guys.
And I still, truthfully, kind of sort of do. That's the one thing I wish I would see a little more of, like when we were watching AEW All In, and you see a lot of these guys. A lot of these guys are not what you would call in the gym bodybuilder type bodies, but they're clearly fantastic in-ring performers.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm completely fine with. Shamanica, what is going on?
All
Thank
right.
you very much for the love for our special guest, Steven Sandridge, the
Shamanica.
wrestling historian, Justin Hollencrane. I see you, buddy. And I think this might be the first Super Chat of the night, starting off right with none other than the My Father Circle message.
My Father.
Good evening, gentlemen. The My Father.
It's good. A little bit.
How you doing?
Doing
How you
good.
doing?
Just blessed to be here,
And get the gabagool.
little bit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get the gabagool.
Get some
All right.
cannolis.
You ever see that when Mad TV, when they made fun of The Sopranos? So it was Will Sasso, who does
I
an
love
amazing.
Will Sasso.
You ever see his Macho Man?
Yes. Have you seen his Scott Hall?
It's out of control.
Oh my gosh, he can do just about anything.
It's out of control.
Yeah.
But they did a spoof of The Sopranos. So the Gabagoo was supposed to be Capicola. So he would say, "Where's the Gabagoo?" So that's why I say that. Get the Gabagoo.
Will Sasso, fantastic impressionist and huge wrestling fan too.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
I see another follow-up right here by Three Belts. Now, let me go
Okay.
ahead and let me set this up real quick. Let me set this up. My man, Just Alex, as you know, is family. He comes up in here and shows that love. He had his post-show review of AEW All In. 2 belts, 3 diglets, rolls on in there, takes a look at the scene, clears his throat, and says, "Achoo!" with a super chat. Because
Wow.
there was a new title that was on the line. It was basically an Intercontinental Championship.
A great title.
There was no defense. My man said,
So 3 Diglets is a bit of a belt collector, is he?
I'm going to take it all and go.
Okay.
So now, officially, 3 belts, 3 diglets.
All right.
All hail. I'm telling
A
you right
belt
now,
for
I
each diglet.
respect it. I respect it. Biggest single super chat of the night thus far. This is what I'm talking about. Thank you so much to our super chat champion, Circle Message. I want this message and my love to extend to beyond our largest galaxies and say, rest in peace. To the big guy, Sid Vicious. I still watch his battles against Stone Cold, Michaels, and Bret Hart to this day. A worthy holder of the Winged Eagle belt. Who's the man?
The master
Absolutely.
and ruler of the world.
Nobody like him.
If you want to do some wrestling history, by the way, go to Peacock, watch the 1991 War Games, WCW. It's when Sid was in the Four Horsemen versus Sting, the Steiners, and Lexus King's daddy, Brian Pillman. Wow. And Sid ended that match in gruesome fashion. Not ankle snap fashion. But if you know, you know. The old heads will remember.
Okay.
But that's a great match to go watch. If you want to see a good War Games match filled with legends.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, I hope I get the chance to interview. Wow.
Oh, what a great camera angle too there. That overhead. Wow. Hey, we got a better than Toledo crowd here tonight too.
Amen
that makes
to
everything.
That. They are on fire. This crowd is hype right now.
By the way, I've seen a lot of love in the chat for mid-2000s bald Randy Orton, the unhinged head punting Randy Orton. He was special.
Oh gosh.
You know what? And Randy doesn't really get. Here we go. The original 619 coming up.
Yep.
Randy doesn't get the credit for reinventing himself that I think he deserves, because you had bald-headed Randy, you had legend killer Randy, you had Riddle Randy. His have been a little subtle, but they've all been unique.
He's done it several different times, and each time has been absolutely insane. This is somebody that knows how to keep himself in the conversation.
Yeah.
And, of course, with the help of Step-Mami.
Yep.
The succubus, the damn succubus.
Step-Mami coming in with the chicken nuggies.
Liv Morgan helps her team. And this is what I said, man. When you're outside the ring, help your people out.
Step up.
Okay?
I mean, Zelina's not even there, right?
Do your job. No, she's not. And she should be.
Yeah.
I'm actually wondering where she is. I know she's fine. I know she's fine. I saw on Family Feud. I know you're all right. Yeah. Thank you very much, guys, for the love and support to our daughter. She, you know how it is. It was actually pretty major surgery. But from what I'm told, everything went well. She's in recovery right now. So B went to grab her and scoop her up. We will be back. The A&B show will be back later on this week for Friday Night SmackDown. Oh, man. The LWO.
Man, it's a little early for a table spot. They're going all out.
Yeah, for real. We're 30 minutes into this.
Oh, I know Dom ain't about to Shane McMahon this thing.
You little, I don't know, man. You are not Jacob. This didn't work out for Jacob Fatu.
No, I don't think he's got the okay. Here.
Okay, who's coming out?
Here comes punishment. I think it's Priest. Oh, no, it's Rhea. Here they come. It's both.
Twins. The Terror Twins. The
Judgment Day Road Warriors, baby. City.
Coming in here with the save.
Protect Samantha.
I know, she's like, uh-oh.
She just picks her up like a baby.
Liv got.
Oh.
She got.
Oh.
Ooh. She went in hard on that ring post, yo.
Watch out, Liv. Dom hadn't moved a muscle. Dude, Dom plays the scared guy so good.
Wow, he does, but he just got clocked by Damian Priest. Right now, Liv Morgan is on top of Rhea Ripley like a freaking spider monkey.
Mm-hmm. She's all hopped up on Mountain Dew or Prime or something.
I got that reference. Yeah. Somebody's a fan.
I was thinking about Rhea and Liv today. Their feud, by the way. I'm a happily married man. I just want to make sure everybody understands where I'm coming from here.
Yes, sir.
Bad Blood's coming up.
Yep.
Bad Blood, another quick history lesson, was the original site of the first Hell in a Cell match between Shawn and Undertaker.
Oh, snap. Yeah.
I got to wonder.
Right.
That seems like a great environment for those two to go at each other. Because she's always trying to run away. And so if I'm Rhea, I'm saying, let me get you in a match where you can't run.
I like it. I like what I'm hearing right now.
And I think they could tear it up.
Oh, I think they absolutely can tear it up.
This next phase of her career that Liv is in, I mean, whether you love her or hate her, she's so much improved.
Oh, yeah.
And Rhea's a freaking road warrior, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she's a killer. So I think that would be a ton of fun.
Now, this is the Liv that we should have had, and it's sad that you got to go through some iterations because here's the thing, much like a TV show, you have a TV show that comes out, the first season, it's a little rough, like we said back in the day, but they push through, and then you have some amazing seasons. You don't necessarily get that nowadays. If you're not hitting, it's a cancel. So if the audience is not feeling you, it's like, okay, let's bring it back. Let's retool you. Let's figure this out. I mean, look how long it took for them to bring Odyssey Jones up out of obscurity. You transfer this man over from NXT. He disappears. And perfect example, Zion Quinn, same thing. He finally shows up, shaved, looking like a friggin' cyborg. For a, what was it, a 8-second, 10-second match, whatever that was, and then he gets canned.
Looking like Glacier.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So amazing that Liv Morgan was able to turn around because her entire crew, not so much.
Yeah.
Not
the
so
old Riot
much.
Squad. I know they all fallen by the way for different reasons. But yeah. A little bit of patience and persistence can get you somewhere sometimes.
We got Steven getting that love. Ebony the Seon. What's up, Ebony? Thank you very much for being here. George Lewis, W Nostalgic. We got the family in here. Thank y'all for coming in here. Robert Lawler. The puppies are by my feet.
Sophie, I think you're absolutely right about Punk and Drew being another Hell in a Cell match. I think that would make perfect sense. If Punk is down for it, because he mentioned in one of the press conferences, like, I'm not here to do. I don't know if that was side eye towards the AEW style of like, or maybe he meant I'm not going to do that right out of the gate. But I think they're probably headed towards another stipulation match after this strap match too to blow things off.
Yeah.
I don't know if Hell in a Cell is going to be what it would be, but
I want to see.
I wouldn't rule it out.
I want to see it step. I want to see. Hold on. Bronson Reed talking to The Miz.
And now you have gone and gotten Braun Strowman involved. And I'm losing track of all the people I have to name.
that's a cold line.
That is a cold line.
And I will name him. I'm coming back.
I am so here for Bronson
I
Reed
am
right now.
seriously. Perfect example of somebody who got the can, was bitter about getting canned, bitter.
Yeah.
And then comes back and they're finally finding the footing for this man.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah,
No,
he's doing
I'm
great.
telling you, when it comes to these PLEs, and I've said this before on the show, when a PLE is named something,
Yeah.
I expect to see it in the PLE.
Absolutely.
Okay? I don't want to see, look, I've said this countless times. You're supposed to see stuff on a pay-per-view that you don't see televised on a dark match or whatever the case may be. You're supposed to step it up. That's the time.
Yeah.
So
You blow
if
off
it's
the
in
feud.
the name of the pay-per-view, it's in the name of the PLE, dag nabbit, I want to see some blood, some guts. I want to see some Mick Foley carnage. Okay? And if I'm not seeing it, then why are we naming it? Let's just name it Fluff and Stuff. Pure Fusion Collection. Let's name it something stupid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No.
It's a stupid name.
I agree, though. I think and it looks like to an extent they are. You want to get away from branding the PLEs in a certain style because TNA used to do that too. I don't know if they still do with Lockdown, what it was supposed to be like all cage matches or whatever. And then all of a sudden, because I never liked there being a pay-per-view called Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Because like, what if your feud's not ready for it by the time it comes around? Then you're watering down the match itself.
That's right.
And so like, I'm all for those matches once you get to where it's a fever pitch. You
That's
know?
right.
And I think they're trying to do that more often than they're not now.
Yeah.
Which I can respect that. But no, I'm completely with you.
Yeah.
If you're gonna put that idea out there, you got to come through with it.
Thank you.
And if you're gonna come through with it,
Come here, good girl.
earn it too. You know what I mean?
That's all I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
all I ask. How are you, good girl? You want to come up here, say hi to the people?
Did you notice? So they got the IC, the Intercontinental Tourney tonight, and there's 2 3-way matches. I happen to notice that Karrion Kross and Kofi Kingston are in Jey Uso's match, and Xavier is in the other match.
Oh, snap.
I don't know what to do with that, but something tells me, like, could you imagine? I'm just going to do a little fantasy booking here while we're on a commercial break.
Right.
Odyssey comes to help out Kofi, but nobody comes to help Xavier. That divide gets a little bit further. I don't know what they're doing with the New Day, but I got to say, I've been more interested in the New Day than I have in a couple of years.
But why?
Not that I want them to break up, but
I could be wrong. They could be doing some long-term booking that we're not aware of. But I still want to see some way, somehow, Big E get involved in this.
Yes. As the voice of reason.
Yes.
Or something. Yeah. I don't know. Because you can't. Because on Saturday, you can't have him at the panel on the pre-show talking about all the matches and just ignore the fact that that angle is happening.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're talking about your boys. We see you there.
Saturday's probably going to be really telling.
Yeah, I agree.
Surely they, Wade Barrett or Corey Graves or somebody's just got to ask him, hey, what's up with your boy?
I agree. 1,000%. I know we got some more super chats in here, so I'm going to get down to the get down. Yes, indeed, the Teflon Don, the Mod Father, circle message. Bald-headed Randy was a menace.
Stone Cold, no pun intended. Stone Cold menace. But he was, man. He was different. And there wasn't anybody as I'm underplaying it. There wasn't anybody as mean as him during that time. Like, he punted the old man in the head. DDT'd Stephanie.
You were on the edge of your seat because you're like, oh my
more.
gosh, this is about to happen. This is about to happen. This is not going to happen. Oh my gosh, it happened.
Yeah.
And then you saw that look on his face. This man, you talk about knowing the psychology of the ring.
100%.
Just amazing.
He is a wizard of psychology, man.
I can't believe he was on the shelf, what, a year and a half?
Yeah. Something like that. 18 months. And you just think about that. He's so smart about protecting his moves too. Yes. Which is it's just an old school mentality. So he's probably raised up in that. But if somebody hits an RKO, it's over.
Oh yeah.
And if he starts gearing up in the corner, if he hits that punt, it's over.
Yep.
And that's something I miss as a fan about finishers.
Yes.
Is somebody hitting it and you're not going to get a spam finisher fest. I'm not a big fan of that kind of approach, and in small doses maybe. Right. But man, when you hit it, it's done, and so you better have another way to work around him not getting the 3 count or something.
And that's what I want to see. That's what I like to see. I expect on a Raw, a SmackDown, whatever, you hit it, it's done. On a pay-per-view, that's when you're supposed to be able to,
That's when
step
the
it up a
fortitude
little
comes
bit.
up.
Yeah, just a little bit. I'm okay with it to a point.
Mm-hmm. Man.
Wow. Oh, can I? May
Yeah,
I?
absolutely.
Okay,
Here,
I've never held Big Gold before.
upon you.
Oh gosh. Oh, this is heavy.
Yeah.
This is huge, folks. Y'all don't understand. Let me show you Big Gold. I don't want to drop it, but we got his nameplate right here. Look at that. This is crazy.
Yeah, man.
Wow. May I put it on the shoulder?
Absolutely, man.
Hang on. Take a look at this.
Hey, man, I'm your guest. What's mine is yours until Raw's over.
I can't help it. I love. Wow. Thank you, brother.
Anytime.
You can set it down.
Yeah,
here
we'll
if you
set it
want.
down for a little while. Just let it take a rest.
Absolutely. That is friggin' heavy. That's a lot of gold. Wow. Thank you, Teflon Don.
Woods still hadn't gotten a singles title either.
No. Well, look,
it's a crowded
Look what
roster
they did
now,
with
though.
him and his king. He has wanted to be king of the ring since he was a kid. And look what they did.
Yeah.
Look what they did. They crunched the crown, and then it was a wrap.
Yeah, they just laid it on the altar of Roman.
And it was over.
And it wasn't even necessary either because Roman had plenty of guys he went through.
Yeah.
It was unnecessary.
Completely.
Yeah.
I still feel the type of way about it. So they're
Yeah.
not giving him what he needs. All right, we got the pivs out here.
Oh yeah. The 2-piece and the biscuit over here.
2-piece and a biscuit. Can't believe it. Zoe Stark, she changed her hair color, didn't she?
It looks darker.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she had more blonde.
Yeah.
I wish my wife was here. She would speak more accurately to this. But you know what? As much as KFC gets on my nerves as a name, I'm a real sucker for teams who will dress alike.
Yeah, oh
and
yeah.
Show that unit. It's clear that they're actually in this together.
I've said that many times.
Yeah.
They need to dress alike. They need to have a tag team name. It needs to be legit.
Yeah.
At the 44-minute and 15-second mark, you want to give a shout to the family?
Yes, sir. If you're watching at home, the lovely Allison, my beautiful wife, who I wouldn't be doing nothing without her. And then my kids who are at home who might be watching, Rosemary and Solo. Love you guys. Hope you're having a good time. And thanks for letting Dad come and do this for a while.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining us. Here we go.
Oh, by the way, I
Fusion
said
Collective.
Solo just for everybody in the chat. My son is not named after that's for short. His name is Solomon. We just call him Solo because it's less syllables.
But if he gets out of
we're not for the
line,
bloodline.
Do you do the?
I might have, occasionally in the past
Okay.
mentioned choke slams and power bombs,
I'm just
but
saying.
he's 6 feet tall now, so I can't do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I have to be more psychological
Fair enough.
in my healing.
So low blow.
Yeah.
Bam!
Yeah.
Right to the. That's what my dad would do me. That's how I was raised. Come here, boy. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you for a minute. What is it, Dad? Oh.
I just sent him to go one-on-one with the Undertaker. It's the best I can do.
So we got PFC for short. I'm glad they finally did it. They got a Titantron thing going on here.
Okay.
I don't recall. Did they have a Titantron last week?
I don't think so. I think this is new.
'Cause I think this is new.
Because I
right?
think they were just having the Tron for whoever the wrestler was.
So I think they figured it
They're
out.
saying it's a new song in the chat too. The Passion Fruit Collective team.
I mean, Passion Fruit
I'm
is
here
delicious.
for every alternate name you guys have. None of it could be worse than Pure Fusion Collective.
It's
Call it
it's
Fruitopia
insane.
Collective.
It's insane. One thing though, I do want to ask.
PF
Okay,
Checks.
so PF.
Love
Even
it.
that would have been better. That makes
Thank
me
you,
hungry
CW,
right now.
for
but
that one.
still.
I know. Some fried rice.
Now, see, if they'd done that with, they renamed
Damage Control.
Damage Control.
That would have
I
been
was
problematic.
That's extremely. that was a scene from.
I've noticed that even Damage Control has gotten away from their like purple and green get up and stuff. They're a little more just traditional black and everything.
But they're aggressive. This is
Yeah.
this is the Damage Control that we needed to see all this time, and it's a shame that we don't have two members in here for them to be what they needed to be forever. And I'm fine with this. I'm wondering when we are going to see Asuka come back.
Yes.
That's going to be fantastic because we got 3 ladies over here,
Yeah.
3 over here. And are we ever going to get, you think there's ever going to be a possibility of a trios championship?
I don't know. I feel like they're very conservative with their title existence out there. So I wish they would do something. Something to incentivize that. I don't know that it needs a belt,
Yeah.
but like we were even talking in the chat a couple of weeks ago, like bring back the mixed match challenge. Like the one year I think it was when Truth and Carmella won it. Whoever won, they both got to be number 30 in the Royal Rumble. Just like tying it into something else, like to just incentivize it in a way to where you don't have the burden of keeping that title relevant, but you still do something to it.
Because here's the thing. Right now, they seem to be real big on groups of 3s.
Yeah.
We got what we like to call the Guns and Buns over here on SmackDown with Jade, Bianca. Obviously, Naomi is a part of that clique. It's all well to the good, but like what's the ultimate point of having 3s and wrestling people if you're not getting anything out of the deal?
Yeah. I mean, the old me would think, oh, at Survivor Series, they could just have a bunch of elimination matches, something like that. But even then, like, there's so many of them. Like, what do you do? So, I mean, on the one hand, I'm really glad that they are given things for these men and women to do.
Yeah.
That they're not just enjoying nice catering, but, I mean... But yeah, if you are going to use them, like have them drive towards something. Have there be a destination.
There has to be a destination. Now I got to tell you, you're talking about, which I made a funny video about that on TikTok. But going back to the what's up, me Mershezi Best? Good to see you. The catering, we finally saw, no doubt about it, Ricochet. Premieres, debuts, AEW All In.
What did you think about Ricochet showing up finally in AEW?
It's so weird, man. It's so weird. It reminded me of the Monday Night Wars. You would see a wrestler on Monday Night Raw, and then boom on Nitro. Like, wait a minute, what? Wait, what? What just happened?
He's got a mustache on this channel. He's clean shaven on this
You
channel.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's so weird to me to see this. And it just further solidifies to me that, I hate to say it, but for me, I'm going to say it forever and ever. AEW's WCW 2.0. This is just what is, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I hope they use him. I hope he didn't look at this from a monetary standpoint. I'm really hoping that He had a conversation with TK and Creative, like, look, guys, I didn't come over here for nonsense. The money is fine, but you got to put me in some programs. I see gold in my future. I want to see some good contests. And that's one thing that Adam Copeland said. I'm going to wrestle people that I've never wrestled before.
Yeah.
And I hope we get to see some good performances.
Planning. I mean, that's such a key word for AEW. It's like, because they definitely have the talent. I think planning, that's the thing, like having a plan for somebody. Like somebody I think with CW said he'll fade into the background by Christmas, Ricochet. I mean, honestly, the way it feels like they exist, I would not be their target market because they're just like, we just want to have really good matches.
Yeah.
And that is a huge part of what makes wrestling great, but it's not the only thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as soon as I heard he was going there, I'm like, oh, well, he's going to match up with Ospreay at some point. But after that, I have no idea what they're going to do with him. So hopefully they have, some beats laid out for him.
Yeah.
For that, because he can be a real asset. Although I gotta say, I don't know that he stands out more in AEW because he was more rare in WWE, being that kind of flyer, and they got tons of flippy guys over there. I mean, I don't mean to be dismissive, but like
No, that's
tons
true.
of athletic guys that are about his size. So he's really gonna have to do something to stand out.
Which is what I'm concerned about because he's still, it's like there's nothing about him that changed. At least Zion Quinn shaved.
Yeah.
So it was just like we saw Ricochet a few weeks ago getting destroyed by Bron Breakker.
Yeah.
And now we see him on
It was like
AEW
Samantha
television.
just dropped him off at Wembley and
Yeah.
like,
It's
saying,
like, "Bye, honey. Mwah.
yeah,
See you
here's
later."
your lunchbox. See you after school.
It's it's the school season. So that is a concern of mine, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. This is actually
There's
this match is
potential
going
there.
a little longer than I anticipated.
I know. I appreciate them giving him time, but it
Yeah.
sounds like the crowd's, well, they're still kind of into it.
That's fine. Look, I've said this countless times, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because the women are, I hate to say it, generally speaking, smaller. I don't know. But I feel like in order to help get the crowd engaged in your match, you've got to show a level of aggression.
Yeah. It's like
That
they
you
have to
see in the men.
overcompensate a little
Yeah.
bit,
Yeah.
And I think, and actually, as we're saying this with Shayna and Kyrie, I think they have great chemistry together. Going
I
all the
agree.
way back to NXT and like,
Nice
that
missile
was a
drop kick by
great
Zoe
drop
Stark.
kick by
There
Zoe.
we go.
They heard you, man.
Yeah, they had to have.
Yeah.
These are all skill performers in
All
here.
four of them, for sure. I don't want to downplay Sonya, but like all four of them in the ring right now all possess the toolkit to get that aggression and their time and stuff. And Asuka, I mean, I don't even need to say that about Asuka, but like whenever she comes back.
Yeah, but I see that's the thing also with Asuka. It's like I'm so disappointed because she had this undefeated streak in NXT. There was such potential there. She was a Money in the Bank briefcase winner, multi-time champion, and things just kind of cooled off. There she is.
Oh.
There's
So you won't
Zelina
show up
Vega.
for the LWO, but that's interesting that they put her in this.
Interesting.
I guess she's just got a one-track mind, but hey,
She's all about vengeance
she's there
right now.
Yeah, she got that Batman in her. She's just vengeance.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it. We're taking an awful
Oh my,
lot of time.
oh my
up
gosh,
there.
what are they doing? I was like,
What is this?
oh my gosh. Oh.
Okay. Kairi Sane has perhaps one of the most beautiful elbow drops. It's her body language when she does it, throws the legs in the air. It's perfection.
You know what I need you to say right now?
Uh-oh.
It's the best elbow since the Macho Man.
I mean, I don't really want to talk about it here, but she's got that elbow drop, the best one since the Macho Man. When I dropped it on Hulk Hogan, yeah, I took the belt, brother, and I bashed you over the head. I'm gonna bring it down and I'm gonna cool out a little bit.
Beautiful.
Dig it.
Love it.
Absolutely. I got a super chat right here by
Cream
3
rises to the
belts,
top.
3 diglets, as we're about to drop a package.
Oh, there's Uncle Howdy.
Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas. Hang on one second. 3 belts, 3 diglets. Hold on. We won't make that mistake again?
Continues to reveal himself to the world,
What's the mistake?
False prophet.
masquerading as a loving shepherd, while marching his
I was talking about Chad Gable.
into
Wow.
A bond forged in the tears of the innocent. It's not a family.
Hold on now.
It's blasphemy.
It's blasphemy.
Ooh.
We've given chance after chance, inflicting fear and suffering. And yet you refuse to remove the scales from your eyes.
The scales.
It's like a beast risen from the sea.
Bro, this is so biblical.
We must
Did he just say that?
so the blood of the damned rains down, washing away the sins of the wicked. I accept your challenge, your invitation.
Dude.
This is more than a reckoning.
What I done?
This is a purge.
Oh,
Oh.
gosh.
Purge.
Oh, my gosh.
I want this to succeed so bad.
Oh, my
This
gosh.
Wyatt 6 thing. But that whole angle of like, we're coming for people who pretend to be shepherds, but they're really wolves. I don't know if that's like a thesis for the Wyatt 6 or it's just aimed at Chad Gable. But oh man, I'm here for that. I'm here for that mentality.
You know what I love about this? I mentioned this in a.
Daddy Drew's in the house.
I mentioned this earlier. They're not pretending like he's not Chad Gable. That he's not
Brett,
Bo Dallas.
yeah.
They're not trying to act like these aren't the people that we already know that they are.
Yeah.
They're embracing it. It's like, you know what? This is like a superhero. It's like Batman. Like Batman's secret identity is known.
Yeah.
So it's just like, okay, let me just put on the mask. Let me go ahead and let me get to work. I really appreciate the fact that they're not insulting anybody's intelligence like they did with Retribution.
Yes.
And we're just accepting this and enjoying the ride.
And logistically too, that also solves the problem of them not having to wear the masks while they wrestle.
Yes.
Which I think was a great idea initially, but clearly even with Bray, you could tell that was kind of clunky.
Yeah.
So I mean, I love that they say, okay, you know who I really am, but I'm still going to wear this, as a
And this is the evolution of character.
yeah.
Because we don't know, truthfully, if Bray Wyatt, God rest his soul, were still with us, even though we know that he was going to evolutionize his Fiend character, we don't know where they would have gone. We don't even know legitimately if Bo Dallas would have been brought in this aspect. We know he was obviously Uncle Howdy, but we just don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know if they would have brought in these other guys at all. So this is so good to see.
Yeah.
You know what? We're taking this idea and we're going to tweak it, improve upon it, and we're going to evolutionize this. It's been
And,
fantastic.
it's redeeming a tragedy in a way,
Yes.
and in a way that honors Bray too, which is really awesome.
It does. It does.
Real quick in the chat. First of all, B is in the chat, by the way.
Oh.
Just so you know, welcome, B. I hope I am honoring your spot in the set. Well,
brother.
there's
You
no
absolutely
replacement.
are.
But also, did anybody see right before they cut away to commercial when Drew was walking? Karrion Kross was talking to somebody in the background, behind the production carts. I couldn't see who it was, but knowing that he's got a match tonight in the qualifier, I'm curious. I couldn't see who it was, but he was talking to somebody. It wasn't Woods. It seemed like a Caucasian fellow, but from what I could tell. But nevertheless, I couldn't see who it was.
Shenanigans.
JR, you saw it too. Okay.
Shenanigans.
Not sure who it was, but I'm loving that they're doing that, by the way, too. It's really,
Well, they're finally doing something with him of relevance,
yeah.
which is good.
By the way, have you ever seen his Jesse Ventura impression?
Well, I absolutely have. I think he does an amazing impression.
Don't tell
talking
me.
about the boys in the back.
You don't have 4 more reps than you, Chris. Apparently, Chris Van Vliet, the guy who, he was interviewing
Yeah.
when that came, got him and Jesse in a room together.
No.
Yeah, so I think that's dropping this week at some time. But I saw and so I'm like, oh man, the little like YouTube cinematic wrestling universe here.
Oh, he does a
of stuff. I'm loving it.
great
Yeah,
Ventura.
I love good wrestling
Great
impressions.
Ventura.
It's a
Oh
niche thing.
gosh! All right, 3 bells, 3 diglets. Thank you so
Sophie,
much for
be
your
nice.
patience. Right here, I'm gonna do the Vanna White. As you will see, I want to take back something I said not too long ago. It's not that I'm starting to like Priest. Oop, this might be directly to you, B. I just like the way he does his choke slam on JD. It's more the selling of JD that I like. Thank you.
Baby steps. Baby
I can
steps,
respect
Diglets.
that.
Yeah, it's okay.
I
I
can
didn't.
respect that.
I wasn't about Priest at first. I was really upset when he won Money in the Bank. I thought it was the wrong call. I thought it was LA Knight's turn.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, this is gonna be dumb. And from the moment he cashed in at WrestleMania to now, he has grown leaps and bounds. So I can't help, but I can't not respect him.
Okay, look.
It was the
I'm
Miz.
great with the Terror Twins. Where are we going with this? The numbers game are not in their favor.
Yeah.
And here on the show, we like to keep things under the KFAB umbrella. Again, we analyze, we understand, and we mix everything in with the analytics, and this doesn't make sense, but it's more fun to keep it KFAB.
Yeah.
So with that said, it's a numbers game. It's always a numbers game. They're bigger, they're badder, they're stronger, totally get it. But we have seen, and I've seen some horrible things on video. I've seen a Asian hornet get taken down by a swath of bees. You understand? And that one hornet, you don't want no piece of that. I promise you. But those bees were like, "Bzzz, we're taking you down," and they
Numbers
were out.
game.
It's a numbers game. How long can the Terror Twins keep this up if they don't have other people in their corner?
Well, here's my prescription for that. If you're listening, Mr. Levesque. Priest and Rhea, I mean, you know, they're good guys in the sense of the crowd cheers for them. But the way they behave, they're just like, we got business, we're going to go wreck shop.
That's right.
You know? You know who else just goes about business and wreck shop?
Lay it on me.
Mr. Bronson Reed.
No, you did not.
And he's a bit of an Aussie or a New Zealander himself, you know? You got the international flavor.
No, you did not.
He could come in, and you can't convince me he couldn't handle JD and Finn at the same time.
Yeah.
If
well,
you wanted
let's
to.
see what happens tonight.
I think they have more bigger thing, no pun intended, bigger things planned for Bronson, but I think that would be an easy, even short term arrangement.
I can see
like
that.
how you used to hire the APA to help you out, you know?
Who didn't love? See what? Damn. Why are you
Where's my cigar?
Take it there.
Cigar and playing cards.
Oh my gosh. We got another super chat by JR Dugan right here. Circle message. A and Steven, when Drew and Punk finish their rivalry, what do you see for both of them next?
I think it depends on who wins. You know, whoever wins, I think should go for the title because this is the most. I think it's the best or the hottest feud that the show has right now. So whoever wins the hottest feud should be going for a title.
Okay.
And whoever doesn't probably has business with Seth.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm almost wondering. I don't know. I really don't know who's going to win this feud. I genuinely don't. But I could see Punk going after Seth, and I could see Drew refocusing on because that's what drove him to madness in the first place.
Yeah.
Was not winning the title. But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, big things for both of them as long as they're both healthy.
Ooh, look at this.
Oh, here he goes.
Look at this.
Crisscross applesauce.
This guy,
He's having
freaking Drew.
so much fun trolling Punk.
He is.
Well, that's a lie.
I would actually like to see Seth and Punk get into a whole thing. I want to see this end and Drew move on to bigger pastures and the title picture.
I want to see Seth and Punk, but one caveat, and I've mentioned this before in the chat. There's one Seth I need to see. It's the Matt Riddle Seth. It's the, oh, your family don't love you anymore Seth. The one who just cooks.
That was one of our biggest viewed videos.
Bro, I was like, what did I just see?
Yeah.
Because that really came from out of nowhere.
Yeah.
They were pretty tame during that season. And then all of a sudden Seth was like, let me pretend like we on Netflix for a minute.
I'm glad you said that. I want to bring something up about Ronda Rousey. Remember when we get into the commercial?
Yeah.
Because it was talked about. We watched the thing on YouTube yesterday. I want to get into that. Thank you guys for those super chats. Thank you very, very much for supporting us like that. Hal Lopez, what is going on? Thank you very much for the love. I hope you guys are enjoying our co-host today, special guest right here with Saturday night's main event with Big Gold by your side, Steven Sandridge, the wrestling historian. Mark Scott, what is going on? Thank you very much for enjoying and coming in here. What up, Mr. Smith?
Drew is doing the work of his career right now,
Yeah,
man.
he is.
He is so in his bag.
Another example of somebody, 3MB, this guy was just, he couldn't get out of his own way, not as big as he is today. And they says, you know what, kid, this ain't working out.
Yeah.
And he gets another shot and he kills it.
I got to say, sometimes he, Bronson, and there's others, are a great example of the mentality of like the hard work mentality, like not taking those releases personally.
Yep.
And say, you know what? I'm going to go get better. I'm going to make you want me more.
Yep.
And then I'm going to bring back, and like they are going to want you more. And since they want you more, they're going to do more with you. I mean, you can even say they did that with Cody, too. I mean, Cody's, you could, obviously. He might be the biggest example. But Cody, Drew, Bronson, I mean, like, and I have a lot of respect for them for not sitting or wallowing in that. Oh, Punk's
Here
in
he
the
comes.
house.
Punk coming out.
Okay. I never know when Punk's going to be there or not.
Eyes, what do you see?
Where are they tonight, chat?
Ooh.
Oh. Oh.
And CM Punk has got the strap
with the
on
smack.
right now, and he's taking it to Drew McIntyre, whipping him like a damn government mule.
Punk needs to go have some coffee with Bianca Belair, learn how to whip somebody.
You are not kidding, boy. I gotta tell you, because I will never forget that against Sasha Banks.
Oh, she took that scar for a while too.
She sure did.
Oh, he's
Hold
laying
up.
them in. Who ordered the potatoes?
Hold up. He was laying in some haymakers.
You could hear.
Hold on.
You could hear the men slapping the meat.
Yeah, you can. What?
Oh, and now what's he gonna do with the strap then? If that's what he was doing without it,
Wow.
dude.
He socked the heck out of him.
Oh,
Oh, he's upset.
he's bare.
Oh. Hi, Stella Rose. Where have you been? I hope you didn't do anything you shouldn't have done. How you doing, Stella Rose?
I tell you, man, their after photos after that match,
Brutal.
especially Punk, because something tells me Drew's gonna be laying it in.
Bro, after what we just saw right now,
Yeah.
this is what I'm talking about. You give us a little tease, a little taste
Uh-huh.
of what to expect.
Oh,
Oh, CM Punk is going off. He's whipping the security.
uh-huh.
See, and I'm gonna tell you right now, you're not gonna whip my dreads. I'm gonna tell you right now, we're gonna have a problem. I may be a day player, maybe an extra. We're gonna have a problem, CM
Gotta
Punk.
respect the hair.
Don't touch the hair.
Yeah.
I don't know how Booker T does it. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Providence, Rhode Island. Okay, thanks, Aaron.
Now we are seeing what I want to see.
Yeah.
This is going to be see, this is what I'm talking about. Give us a taste of what you guys are going to do at the PLE.
Yeah.
Now we know that this strap match is going to get kicked up a
I
notch.
want to see this match. This is the match I want to see the most. I can't even, other than Gunther and Randy, I can't even think of the other matches right now. Cody and Kevin. Yeah, that's going to be crazy. I think do we have another super chat?
We do. We do. And I want to go ahead and lay it on
Thank you,
here
Sophie.
from the Teflon Don, the Mod Father, Circle Message. When Punk and Drew have their Hell in a Cell match, someone needs to get thrown off the cell like
gosh.
Mankind. That will make the match so good.
Braun Strowman.
Okay, hold on. I want to address that, but I see Bronson Reed and I see Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman is talking.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I'm not a child." Yeah, that's a big S.O.B.
This is what Bronson needs too.
But I want to see these guys go at it. Do not, like Mae Young said, don't go out here and make me look like a fool. Lay it in.
I think, one, I think they should main event. And two, because I think they should break the ring.
I said that last. That's exactly what I said.
You're right. You're right.
That's exactly what I said. This is the time you want to go ahead and step this up. Mm-hmm. Abso-freaking-lutely.
Yeah.
They did it before. Do it again.
Yeah, it's time. It's been like, what, 10 years?
These
probably?
are right now, are these, if I'm not mistaken, these are two of the biggest guys on Raw right
Yeah.
now. Right?
Absolutely.
Come on.
Other than Odyssey, maybe, but two of the three.
Odyssey Jones.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
But that's about it.
Yes. Absolutely. Now we got main event Jey Uso's now in your city.
Yeet.
Let's yeet it up. I got some yeet gear over there. We just got it
Nice.
in. Yeah, you know what? Look, B's not about the carnage like that.
Yeah.
I freaking loved it. Now, you hear Mick Foley talk about it. He's like, I think I can do it. And then he, by all means, he did it. And he was like rethinking his entire life. But my man finished the match.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me? These were guys, these were people cut from a different cloth.
Yeah.
When you have a guy like Triple H, you have your quad roll up under your skin mid-match. And we saw it.
Oh, yeah.
That was awful.
Yeah. Like a old school blind.
Finish
Just.
the match.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. So, yeah, absolutely. If you would do that, but these guys not going to do that.
Yeah. I was 16 years old when Foley went off that cell. I worked in a video store. Man, I sound like an old man yelling at a cloud, I know, but it's all right. But we had King of the Ring 98 in the video store. So I would watch that when people weren't coming in.
Yes.
I'd go and watch all the Attitude Era stuff. You know, we'd get it the month after it aired, you know. And it was that, I think about that. I think about Jeff Hardy. I think about, you know, all the stuff of that time that Edge, Spear, and Hardy, you know, at WrestleMania, the TLC, and all that stuff. And it was so huge. But then, like, I don't know, man, I see these guys now, and I'm older too, you know, and like what really, really rocked me as a wrestling fan was one of my favorite wrestlers of all time was Chris Benoit. And he was right up until his last day.
The Rapid Wolverine.
Yeah, and like for me, and I'm not going to tell anybody else how to be a fan and or anything like that. And you know, love what you love if you're loving the product, you know. But man, it just for me, it's not worth it to see that level, that next level.
Yeah.
Which I think is why I have a little bit of a barrier with AEW sometimes, like the Darby Allins and the Young Bucks and stuff like that. Like, I mean, you know, I'm not Jim Cornette. I'm not going to tell anybody how to do stuff or whatever. But also, like, I see that and I'm like, oh man, like, just I hope you're okay. I hope you're not okay tomorrow, but I hope you're okay in 10 years too. You know what I mean? So it's just it's harder for me to enjoy that now that I've seen like my favorites do that stuff, my heroes at that time, and what that did to them, you know. So you know, it just doesn't have the same pop in me that it used to. So I'm a little bit of a hypocrite there because I'm like, they can whip each other with a belt all day long, but taking a 30-foot fall, you know, or something like that, I'm kind of like, man, don't cut your career short for me, you know.
You know.
But again, that's just me. That's just me, and I'm not going to try to make any of y'all feel bad if you know if that's the kind of stuff that you jump out of your seat for.
I mean, I don't think it's. I get the idea of you wanting to cement your legacy.
Yeah.
The thing is, for me, and this is what they did was nothing unusual. I mean, we've seen some crazy matches, and we've seen some crazy things, some independent stuff where they're just. What the heck was the name of the guy that he passed away, but he had dumped this guy off of, like he had tased him.
Oh, New Jack.
New Jack.
Oh, yeah. New Jack was a whole different thing, dude. Yeah.
New Jack, right? You know what I'm talking about. I mean, by all rights, that man should be dead.
Yeah.
That man should have died right there when he threw him off. That was friggin' insane. So I've seen stuff on the independent circuit where guys are doing things like, okay, come on. You know, you're trying to get a rise. But let's be honest. You know, and I've said this about steroids. I'm not a fan of it. I've never taken them. It's I say go natural, but is anybody ever going to take away the Olympians from Arnold Schwarzenegger? No. Ronnie Coleman? No. You had your time. You cemented your legacy, and you did what you felt like you needed to do at the time to get there. I don't feel that we're there now. I think that time has passed. The fact that you had Jack Perry dumping out broken glass, we all know what that was about.
Gosh, Jack Perry, man. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'm just like, dude, really? Really? But then again, he's in a match with somebody that's a friggin' psycho.
Yeah.
Like, he has a death wish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who goes through an actual pain of thick glass? You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody in the chat, I think it was Dossie. Dossie said, like, don't do spots for, it's unnecessary when it's for shows people won't remember. And I think that is a very strong point because King of the Ring 98, first of all, there were 2 spots in that match, and one of them happened by accident. Foley going through the cage wasn't supposed to happen. The cage broke. So the only spot they actually had planned was him going off it. But also, that was really that spot was kind of the first of its kind, at least in on American television, American pay-per-view. And so, you do have your Darbys and stuff and your Jack Perrys these days, but the more frequent that is with your style, the less memorable it is. And the consequences are still the same.
That's right.
But the memory is much more short-lived. And so you really have to, if you're committed to doing that, you've really got to space it out so where it's more memorable.
Exactly. And that's the issue that I have with AEW. We see bloody matches every week. Every week.
Yeah.
We see crazy nonsensical stuff every week.
John Moxley wakes up bleeding.
Bleeding. Bleed. Renee's like, again, Mox, can we not? Can you just get your daughter, please? She's going to have to get honorable mention every single time because this is the Mrs. Becky Hammond is now in your city. B's not over here, but yep, unnecessary to destroy the crown and basically throw his victory out the window. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you very much, B, and I hope everybody's okay. Love the T3. Now the Jey Uso's in your city. Thank y'all for rocking with us. Thank you for hanging with me today.
Dude, I'm so happy to be here. Like, I will never wish any more hospital visits for you or your family. But if anybody ever needs a step in, I'm happy to be here.
All right.
I'm like Kurt Angle joining the Shield. I'm just smiling in the background while everybody else has got their game face on. I'm just happy to be here.
I love it.
He looked like such a dad, like hanging out at a concert with his kids that night. Man.
All right, here we go. I'm going to catch up in the chat 'cause I want to make sure I get there. What up, movie queen? I see you. Becky Hammond says she's not mad at the trios title. Hey, why not? I don't know if we heard crickets, but that match it wasn't bad. The ladies' match wasn't bad.
It picked up. It picked up towards the end. I think it started off a little slow, but they got the crowd back.
Wow, yeah, I saw that Sophie Dopey 1 year ago, just a couple of days ago. It was the 1 year anniversary of Bray's passing. That's wild.
That still breaks my heart, man. Did you see that documentary, the Peacock documentary?
Yeah, we did.
Bro, I about openly wept watching watching Bo talk about that and just like, oh God. I mean, because his dad was IRS, Mike Rotundo, Varsity Club, all this stuff, and I remember seeing him as a kid, hated him as a kid, but then I'm like, hey, you got good offspring, dog. Yeah. And just I don't know, man, just seeing those guys mourn and grieve, it was just so. I'm really glad that they're taking care of their family, man.
Oh, absolutely.
In
a big way.
And so I will always prevent myself, I think, from being unnecessarily harsh about the Wyatt 6 thing. Yeah. Even if it falls off, I'm probably still going to be nice about it for that reason.
I wonder what's going to happen in the future, the longevity of it. Yeah. I do think about it quite often. Odyssey Jones is just a freaking, like it's not that he's just a big dude, but he has like the wingspan.
He's got an agility to him. Yeah. Like not exactly like Keith Lee, but enough.
I wouldn't mind seeing them. I mean,
yeah.
Let's get them in the contest. I see movie queens over here saying, you know what, Bron Breakker, Braun Strowman, book it. I would like to see a Braun, and Bronson Reed.
Whew. You got to reinforce.
I mean,
you got to reinforce something.
Think
There's gonna
about
be a whole
it.
lot of breaking there.
That would be that'd be intense.
Yeah, but
That'd
I'd be
an
here
intense
for
match.
it.
I
Who would you
see-
have winning that match, though?
Well,
That's
okay.
what I'm thinking, because Braun and Bronson are
Is this for
both
the gold?
on fire. Yeah, for the gold. How about for the gold at WrestleMania? So you got 6 months or so from now, or however many months it is. So, Breakers.
I give it to Breakker.
Okay. Clean.
Clean.
Okay.
Clean.
That would be impressive, too.
Yeah.
If he gets him up for some of those moves, gives him a few Steiner suplexes. Whew.
Yeah, I think once he goes there, once he hulks up, if you will, yeah, I would like to see. You know what? Let's up it. I would love to see an unsanctioned match between the three of them. I would love to see these things escalate week after week after week to the point where it's just like the GM's like, you know what? Enough.
Yeah.
You guys want to go at it? Fine. Street match, unsanctioned, whatever the case may be, go at it. Intercontinental title. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And just have them like constantly destroying the set, like Retribution did, but like with spears, like just spearing through this barricade, that barricade, tape. Just, yeah.
Three intense guys, nobody giving it up, but at the end, Bron Breakker defeats two beasts.
Oh, that cements him right there. I mean, he's almost there anyways, I think, but still, yeah.
Well, he is. I want to see more. I like the fact that he was able to get into a good contest with Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
I'm fine that it's over. And I want to go ahead and say this one more time. I don't know why he keeps shaving. I can't take him seriously as a baby face. I need him to be scruffy if he's going to be
talking
a
about
heel.
Breakker, or
I'm talking about Karrion Kross.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I had to switch
No,
gears.
that's okay. Yeah.
I need some scruff on
Honestly,
that face.
I would never actively root for a person to lose their job. But I think what we were talking about earlier with Drew and Bronson and Cody, I think Karrion could benefit from that. From a future endeavors, go get over somewhere else and come back, because I think I still think he has promise, and I kind of respect how many chances they're giving him.
Yeah.
But also, like, I don't know, like, and because I see glimpses of it in the promos he's given now, but like, I don't know, I just feel like there's just some kind of edge that he doesn't have.
Yeah.
And I feel like he could get that if he spent some time in TNA, some more time going back to TNA or New Japan, or I don't know about AEW, because he'll probably just get lost in the shuffle there. But
Well, I don't feel like they're using any of them right now to the best of their abilities.
Final Testament.
It doesn't.
Not
like
even
you said,
Scarlett.
There's no bite to this.
Yeah.
Definitely
and
not.
Scarlett's
even
a no-brainer. I mean, that's not difficult.
No, it's not. This is on paper. Here's what I'm going to make you. I'm going to make you a delicious meal. You give me the meal. It looks good. I take a bite of this meal and I go, how you like it?
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah. Well, then
all
you've got you've got AOP there now, but they both got ragdolled by one dude a few weeks ago now.
Dude.
Which was memorable and impressive for Odyssey. I mean, that had my mouth hanging on the floor when I saw that happen. But also, like, as a tag team, when one dude, picks you both up like your baby dolls, like where do you go from there?
And these are heavyweights.
Yeah.
These are nobody's Rey Mysterios.
No.
And it was all
was not the
Odyssey. It was
LWO.
all Odyssey. Like, it's just, I realize it's momentum and all, but so I'm saying, like, you've got these big, and you brought in, they're called the authors of pain. Okay.
Rickety said no salt. They might be the most unseasoned faction in all of WWE.
Killing me
Hey,
right
Final
now,
Testament.
man. Three Kings with a super chat right here. Circle message. I think the Wyatts are going after Judgment Day or Final Testament plus Xavier if he turns heel and seemingly joins Karrion.
I think the spirit of that decision makes sense based on what we saw Bo say tonight. Like the sort of hypocrisy that's on display.
Right.
Claiming to be one thing and doing another.
Right.
I mean, I'm not mad at that. Because whatever Wyatt does after they're done with American Made, if that's what they're called now. I keep wanting to say American Males because old WCW team. But after they're done with them, it's
Yeah.
it's going to need to make sense whatever they do
Yeah.
next, and that makes sense to me.
I think it's very possible.
Yeah.
I think it's very possible.
Good thought,
I
Three
wouldn't
Kings.
mind seeing that. I don't want to see this cool off too soon.
Yeah.
Prematurely. I really hope, and again, I'm so hopeful. I'm so happy that they have been doing the Wyatts like they have. Very meticulous, very careful.
Also, and one, I wouldn't say one caveat I have, but one desire I'd like, just keep them away from titles.
Yeah.
Build angles for them, build
Yeah.
stories for them, like Punk and Drew. There's no title involved
Yeah.
in this feud, and we're all crazy for it.
Yeah.
And like the Undertaker's like the first half of his career,
Yeah.
minus 1 or 2 months or so here and there, was basically built on non-title feuds because
Yeah.
he was just this special, crazy, scary, dude. And I think they could do that for a little while
Yeah.
before force, because I think that's a misstep they had with the Fiend too. They kind of rushed him in to a title push. I was happy to see him get the belt off Seth.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
then
it
he
was
lost it
fine.
to Goldberg.
Yeah.
And so if you give them a belt, they eventually have to lose it, and that you got to have
but
to have a plan.
they don't need it right now.
Yeah,
they,
no,
don't,
not
they
at
absolutely
all.
don't need it in any way, shape, or form, and it wouldn't even make any sense.
No.
But see, but this is what I've always said about mid carders and belts and whatever. The whole point of winning a match is to inch closer to a title shot. What other point is there to win a match aside from just bragging rights? I keep winning matches.
You have to have a personal issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to either be a personal issue or a payday. Who is it? Was it? Yeah, it's Kevin Owens that calls him the prize fighter.
Yeah.
Right. So you're after that money or that gold.
Yeah.
Or you've got a beef to squash.
Exactly. So what are we doing here? We got people who will never be the champion. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's fine with being the B team. Go, go, go. But give them
Fight
something
the
to
B
fight
team.
for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Give them something
Just give
to
him
fight
a reason
for.
to fight.
Exactly.
And for all of his shortcomings, Vince Russo was good at that, making sure everybody had a reason to fight.
Right.
Not all of his reasons were good, but he always made sure whoever was on TV back in those days was fighting for a reason.
That's right. That's right. We got the BFF over here. Lauren Biggs, what is going on? Say her name and she appears. I believe in your goatness. I believe in your goatness. What is going on, Lauren? I love that song. I've been singing it all week.
He's done a great interview about that. Like he wrote that song.
Yeah, I know.
On purpose to get stuck in your head. Like he studied the science of music.
He did.
And the beats per minute and stuff. He talked about studying old Queen songs and stuff. And I was like, man, that is a student in the game right there. Respect to Joe Hendry.
Yep. Absolutely. He knows
Anybody
what
who
he's
puts
doing.
that much effort into the success of their character,
Yeah.
I'm like, honestly, that wins me some love for you.
And he's doing great on NXT.
Yeah,
He's doing great on
yeah.
NXT.
He's right where he needs to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're doing fine with him, and I think it's fantastic. And that's what I'm saying. Like, Shawn Michaels, God bless everybody, Ava Ray, whoever's in charge, they know how to use their people when you
Yes.
come on NXT. Every single time, they just put on bangers. They get the women involved.
Yeah.
Backstage segments, film segments. It's a well-rounded
That's
show.
low key the deepest women's division in all of wrestling.
Facts.
For
Facts. Jey
all
Uso
right,
got that
Jay,
win.
let's go.
Jey Uso got that dub.
I feel better. I was a little nervous he wasn't good after I saw
For
the
real. Now, I got to tell you, I'm glad, I'm thrilled because Jey Uso needed this. I hate that he pinned Karrion Kross because of what the Final Testament got going on with the New Day. I wish that it actually had been
was just a clean win for him.
a clean, yes. I
Well-
didn't like that. I wish it was Kofi.
He could.
Because that would have played into if Xavier is in fact going to turn heel,
Yeah.
and he loses, and let's just say Xavier doesn't. Like, it's great. Jay
Yeah.
needed this, but it shouldn't have been Karrion that took the L.
Yeah. Yeah. Jay's at least got another shot here because he's got this 4-way match in 2
Yeah.
weeks. So, because I mean, I honestly believe I don't know who the other 2 matches are going to be.
No.
that they'll announce that next week, I guess. But I think this is made for Jay to
Yeah.
head up against Braun, which makes me a little nervous because I don't think they're ready to take the belt off Braun either. But Jay, I want
know.
Jay to get his singles belt at some point.
You know what I want to see? I would love to see him get a pep talk from Sammy. And
Yeah.
he does, in fact, get that belt.
Ooh, I like that.
And then we can run this back.
Sammy has kind of been the connective tissue. That's great because you go back to WrestleMania
Yep.
and KO gave the pep talk to Sammy to
Yep.
beat Gunther.
Yep.
And then, like, I like that. I like that
and
little
V said the
through
same
line.
thing, yeah.
That little through line of positivity.
That was all be on that
Yeah.
one. Absolutely. I got Bone Crusher right here. I know you can't see her because of the ticker, but I got Bone Crusher. Hi, Bone Crusher. How are you, good girl? You see your little head. Uh-oh, there he is.
All right, there's Randy.
Beefy Orton. What up, Marcus Baker? Movie Queen said it's the bro show. Yeah. Well, let us talk to you. Absolutely. Thank y'all so much.
Apex Predator.
How's T3 doing, by the way? Yeah, Lauren Biggs, you got to give a big shout to Three Belts, Three Ridiculous. I mean, he's taking over the world. He didn't have to do it, but he says, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm over here stomping with the... No. I am the big dog. Arr, arr, arr.
It's gonna come out looking like Ultimo Dragon one of these days with a belts on each arm.
Man, don't you... I
J-Crown.
love seeing that. Thank you very much for all the love for our daughter. We appreciate that. What up, Cold Donuts? I love that name, by the way.
That make me hungry, dude. Well, I don't know what that says about me. I'm like, I could go for a cold donut right now.
Oh man, I am kind of hungry myself.
Oh,
Rhode
man.
Oh, it is. So I know. So Wise Man, I know that we have some people over there in the audience. Our peeps, Isabella. Who is Isabella with? Because she has a sign. Says Rhea Ripley, but she also has an AB combo sign.
Oh, let's go.
I gotta go back and watch the replay. Did you catch the sign? Have you seen it? And if so, where? I gotta know where to fix my eyes.
Yeah, we have screen
Dying
grab that thing, man.
Yeah, because I said if we see it, it'll make the next thumbnail.
Nice.
So we got to get it. How do you feel about Raw so far?
I'm having fun with it. I think it's solid. I spoke before we started about the sort of go home shows for the PLEs, and I don't know that it's really like up there yet. But I mean, I haven't seen anything tonight that I didn't like, you know. And listen, there's been many years of Raw where I'm like, that segment was trash. That segment was trash. So like, I think it's good. And the best is still yet to come. I mean, you've got that other 3-way match with Woods in it. I'm interested in what Woods is doing now. And then of course, we got Bronson and Braun.
Oh yeah.
And I'm here to see what happens there.
I hope that's gonna be it. Smith the Pool. Are we calling him Uncle Phil?
I think he's talking about CM Punk. I think.
CM Punk. Oh, Phil. Yeah. Oh, okay. I think you mentioned another
Although,
super
listen,
chat.
I wouldn't hate being called Uncle Phil. He's one of the best TV fathers in all of history.
Okay. Yeah,
Him and Carl
he
Winslow.
is. Yeah, he is. I'm not gonna do it. Oh, did you see the Liv's finally on top shirt? Yeah, I'll be wearing this.
Yeah.
I'll be wearing this tonight. Yeah. Okay. There's a family show. It's a family show. I hope I didn't miss another super chat, but I think I got it. I hope I got it. But I'm gonna scroll on down because I do want to catch up. I have not caught up yet because I've been having a great time talking and chatting.
Man. Yeah.
With our wrestling historian right here.
Thanks for having me again tonight, everybody. This is just the nicest wrestling community. Like I've been a part of many wrestling communities over the years, and almost all of them always end up like toxic and cynical, and negative and stuff. But this place is special. So I hope all of you in the chat like know what a pearl, what a unique, special thing you have here is. Because go to any comment section of any dirt sheet website or comment section of other YouTube videos, you'll find out real quick that this is the exception, not the rule.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's funny. We were talking about that very thing yesterday, and we were looking at the numbers, and we're like, we got to get our growth up here, man. The numbers. I'm like, all right, well, that's it. We're going blue. We're going JD from New York. We're just going full in, okay? We're gonna show the puppies, and it's just gonna be F-bombs all the way around.
A&B moving to Netflix too. I see. Okay. Behind the paywall.
Combos goes Netflix. Yeah, no, we're not going to do that because it took a while for us to cultivate this to where it is now, and it's a testament to everybody that came in here, a testament to our mod squad. Seriously, this is how we want to be. We want to keep it good old family fun, get a little cheeky, and just have a good time, man. We don't want nobody coming down. We can be in a position where we don't agree without being disagreeable.
Yeah. Well, it's like booking a good feud. You know, you want to be patient. You don't want to hot shot your community,
There you
you
go.
know? So, like, I mean,
You say hot box or hot shot?
hot
That's
shot.
what
I don't
okay.
even think you want to hot box it either, too. That'll really impact the opinions, I think, that comes in. JR was asking, do you think we see Alexa Bliss soon?
You know,
She's been out for a minute. She's still baby mama? I mean, she's married, not a baby mama, but she's
Let me
doing
tell you something, man.
doing the mom
I've
thing.
said it 1,000 times, dude. I want to see Milfomania and the Baby Bowl Jack. But that's just me, wishful thinking. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Hey, 20 years from now, who knows how many third and fourth generation people we're going to have.
You never know, man. The first Baby Bowl on Netflix. I mean, think about it. It's money all day. No, I don't know, man. I said this before. I don't know what iteration of Alexa Bliss that we get.
Yeah.
Lil Miss Bliss never did it for me. She didn't
okay.
do it for me. So I liked when she got a little dark with her character.
Yeah.
But my biggest issue with her is, and I hate to say this, I don't like somebody going through the motions of a performance. I want to believe
Yeah.
in what I'm watching. And I've always felt more often than not when I see her in the ring, like she's got the skill set down. She knows the moves.
Yeah.
But
She don't believe
so
it.
many. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't.
Yeah.
She doesn't commit to it.
Yeah.
She intentionally doesn't hit anybody. Like it kills me.
And that's the thing. And I know everybody wasn't a fan of the women's trios match tonight. Well, I mean, some of y'all weren't, some of y'all were, but we were talking about like Shayna and Kyrie were in there laying it in. So like if she comes back and it's like that,
Yeah.
it's going to show that much more.
Yes.
Because even these ladies in NXT, now some of them are learning, that's the developmental
Right.
side of things. But the ones who are getting it though,
Right.
like I'm a fan, now not of her promos necessarily, but I'm a fan of Lola Vice.
Right.
Like she can, like with the right approach, she could be something dangerous. You know,
That's what I'm saying.
But
Exactly.
yeah, and I never really got that with Bliss either.
No.
I mean, I don't not like her, but I totally see what you're saying. On the other hand, I was never really a fan of her dark stuff.
Yeah.
I was just like, I wanted Bray to be a solo act at that point, you know?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I wasn't, you know, it's like, if it's not going to be Harper and Rowan, then just let him be by himself.
Yeah.
But, so I know they tried things and some things worked, some things didn't. I hope there's a good place for her. And I think you're right. Like if she just find that, what did they call it? The ruthless aggression. If she can find some of that.
You know why I like
can
the
fit
dark
in.
stuff? Not because it was so much the dark stuff.
Yeah.
But because they finally made her interesting.
It was more interesting as a character.
You know what I mean?
It's true.
It didn't make sense all of a sudden her joining whatever that was. But I mean, it worked out and it was what it was. But she just wasn't, she never did it for me. She was never interesting to me in the ring. And finally, I'm like, okay, at least you're doing something interesting.
An idea I'd have for her, if you want to bring her back dark, I would keep her away from Wyatt 6. I'd bring her to NXT and put her with Wendy Chu.
Interesting.
So that way you could still have that.
Interesting.
And she could have a dozen fresh matchups.
Interesting.
And they could probably use that to help get the aggression out of her too.
Yeah.
Not saying that she needs to like go back to developmental, so to speak, but
No.
but still, like, I mean, that'd be because she's probably going to have to get, realistically speaking, get comfortable back in
Yeah.
the ring again anyways, because she's been doing the mom thing, all this noble stuff, you know,
Right.
living her life at home. And like, it takes time to get comfortable back in that
Right.
at TV level, you know? So I don't know.
I want to see her come back as a heel.
Oh yeah. I'm
For
not
sure.
for her as a baby face. I'm sure she seems like actually a really wonderful person in real life.
I'm sure she is.
But no, as a character,
is.
she's made to be a heel.
And let me go so if this ever gets back
5
to
feet
her,
of fury.
I love you. I have no issues with you as a person. I'm just talking about your in-ring stuff.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay? I'm going to leave it at that. All right.
Dude, Randy
3
looks
belts,
so happy.
3 diglets. Yeah, he does. He looks like he's in his element. Let me say this before Orton gets started. Circle, message. I'm tired of the yeet. I'm tired of his haircut. I'm tired of his song. Tired of seeing him do the spear. Exit the ring peacefully, sir. Muchas gracias. Tu es nada.
At least he said exit the ring peacefully. That's
Well,
the
I'll tell you
nicest
what.
I've ever heard him say that.
I'll give you this peacefully. Ha! Tua! That was from 3 belts, 3 diglets.
Respectfully disagree, Mr. Diglets, but
Thank
you
you,
are the
Diglets.
champ. So
Thank you.
I acknowledge you.
All right, let's see what Orton's got to say. Let's turn him up a little bit.
Yeah.
Got a little business to talk about.
business.
And it does.
Oh,
He
yeah.
genuinely appreciates that. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
I just think about Randy like he himself would say he was such a punk
Oh yeah.
as a rookie and stuff.
Oh yeah.
He reminds me of Snoop Dogg. I'll finish this thought.
That's hilarious.
But you think about Snoop, Mr. Murder Was the Case, Snoop. The grace in that man's life that he's still alive today and now has gained the age, wisdom, and maturity and the perspective to live with joy and peace in his life. And he's gotten the opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
Not like so many of the guys we probably grew up listening to that died too young, you know?
Right.
And Randy would be the first to say how many mistakes he's made and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And now he's gotten the grace to come on the other side of that. And it's so awesome to see somebody survive the worst parts of their career,
absolutely,
and gain the perspective and have gratitude for it.
100%.
And you just love to see that.
Absolutely, 100%. And he's in a whole different place right now, and I love it. But I still want to see him get one more title run.
If anybody is going to break Flair's record, I want it to be Randy.
So not Cena next year.
I think Cena should get the shot and lose.
Really?
That's what I would do. Have him build it up and have him lose.
But by his own admission, his singles record has not been good.
Exactly.
So why then are we calling him the greatest of all time if he's been a loser?
There is a humility to 2024 Cena that I appreciate. And I think I don't want him to win the Rumble. I don't know. Find a legitimate shortcut way to get him the title.
Okay.
Maybe Elimination Chamber.
Okay.
To where he doesn't run roughshod everybody for 4 months to earn the title, but
Okay.
he still earns the shot.
Aha.
And have him come up short. And I think Randy could be sneaking up that whole time. And then maybe Randy beats. I don't know if Randy beats Cody to do it, but
Well, he had that little interaction with Cody.
Yeah.
That goal was gleaming in his eye.
listen, if he beats Gunther on Saturday, which I don't think he's going to do, but
Yeah.
if he did, that's
Yeah.
one more to his list.
Yeah, that's true.
So
But if anybody could do it, I would say it would be him. But
Yeah.
I agree with you. I actually don't see it either.
Randy, I think, is the perfect blend of all the things old school fans love
Yeah.
about Flair and all the newer school fans love about Cena.
Oh, I did not realize that Three Belts was your client, Lauren Biggs. Okay. My client. Are you the advocate?
Oh, she's the advocate. Okay.
Yeah, I have not seen the A and B sign either. Well, I've been looking out for it.
Can we just get her to storm the ring? She can eat an RKO for A&B, right?
Yes.
Randy's slower than he used to be. She might be able to get out.
You know what? What did he have? Spinal fusion surgery?
It was something with his back for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know he's moving a little. He's still pretty good, but he doesn't have quite that snap that he used to have.
Yeah.
Which is understandable.
Sure.
Which is understandable. And we don't know. His right now the clock is ticking
Yeah.
on him. He knows it.
Mm-hmm.
He knows it. So I think it's like, let's just go ahead and have fun with this.
Yeah.
However long this lasts. Because by all rights, he doesn't even really need to be here.
Oh, he's in surplus now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this is all gravy.
Yeah.
Sop it up with a biscuit. Thank you. I was gonna hit that when we were here in the room.
You, my man knows about the sauce.
He's just sopping up his career with a biscuit now.
What I'm
It's
talking
all
about.
extra.
Look, you break the biscuit in half. That's how you really get that sop.
Yeah.
Oh, see that, B? Thank you. Okay.
3 most delicious letters. SOP.
Thank you very much. Sop. And Lauren agrees with you. She says, Alexa is missing something. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. It's difficult to quantify.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially now, and like, and I'm not trying to degrade her in any way,
No.
but
No,
like
no,
when
no.
she comes back, I think women's wrestling has passed her by in the old iteration that we all remember from her. If she comes back the same, and she comes back with Bianca and Kyrie, and whenever Asuka comes back, even though they were
Right.
there at the same time. I mean, I know Jade is still learning.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, even Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah.
Or Blair Davenport, like all these women, and Zoe, like they all lay it in.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, they're still coming along all
Yeah.
themselves too, but there's levels
Yep.
to this now.
Yep.
And I think it makes me think the same way. I saw people talking about Soraya. The other day, like she was head and shoulders above so many women in her time because the rest of her environment were the divas.
That's right.
So she stood
That's
out.
right.
But now, with the Tony Storms and the I can't think of the Japanese lady's name. I'm sorry, Shirakawa maybe. Mariah May, you know, and all
Yeah.
these other women in
Yeah, yeah,
AEW. Britt, I don't know so much about, but nevertheless,
Yeah.
it's exposing.
Yeah.
One, you know, she got the injury and stuff, but also she's wrestling from a different era,
Yep.
and women's wrestling keeps getting better.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. That's a great point. What up, Aaron Teagle?
Keep Charlotte away from Tiffy time at all costs.
You're not kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, so Orton laid it out.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a great match. But I think we're going to see. I'm not going to give a prediction. I'm simply going to say we're going to see a clean finish. I'm not saying who.
Okay.
I'm not saying what. We're going to save it. We're going to save it. We're
Clean
gonna save
finish.
it.
Okay.
Shuck it, duck it, quack, quack. But I want to see these guys put in some work. I want to see, you know, the one thing I will say for him, whenever he gets in that ring, you never say one time, oh, Orton's phoning it in. Ever.
No.
Ever.
No. Even when he's taking a slower pace,
Yeah.
it seems intentional, you know? And there's a difference between that and phoning it in,
Thank you.
for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I tell you, one of my most fond memories is thinking back to when Bret Hart became a singles competitor.
Yeah.
I mean, the Hart Foundation was great, but when he was a singles competitor, he was so intentional with everything. He was from a different, you know,
Oh, yeah.
how he was trained.
Uh-huh.
So whenever
Dungeon.
you watch the match, it was methodical. It was
Yeah.
technical. It was poetry. It was
Yeah.
beautiful.
All those old guys, I think about him, and I think about like the Brainbusters, you know, the Horsemen,
Yeah.
Tully and Arn. Like, it looks like they were working a slow pace, but they were always working like their gimmick or whatever as a tag team was, we're going to identify one part of your body and we're going to destroy it.
Yep.
And like, so even if they were looking at what some people would call a rest hold or something, there was always intention behind it, you know? And yeah, Brett's one of the greatest of all time, especially in ring for that kind of psychology. Like, everything was on purpose. Everything had a design to it. Yeah.
It had to, because you had to tell a story. I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I'm seeing him. I'm seeing Kurt Hennig. I'm seeing him with some of these greats in here, and I understand. But he also had a mentality, which is a little more old school than some, which is fine, and I appreciate it. But I'm an old school guy. I that's why I like Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson's like, look, we're gonna come in here. I'm a technical wrestler. We're gonna get down. You're gonna feel it.
Was that not a wonderful moment last night? What'd you think?
Okay, so look. Let's
I love
let's go to-
sentences that
let's-
start that way.
Let's go to All In here. All right, look.
CW, I
First
see
and
your
foremost.
Brett and Ricky Steamboat thing. I'm going to come back to that.
Yeah, I'll make this very, very brief. Swerve Strickland, he's a psychopath. Okay, let me just go ahead and say that right out the gate.
Anybody who swerves when they drive.
But my man is good in that ring. He is shining in a way that they were not able to do for him in the WWE. But when
AEW was the
he
right place for him.
stomped him out in front of his wife and kids, and I don't mean like in a I'm gonna pretend like, no, he was stomping his head into the ground in front of his wife and kids, man.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it was at that moment I knew Danielson is getting that belt. There was no way you're going to allow this to happen and him to lose.
Yeah, this ain't Roman and Sammy.
No, it is not.
No.
You made him bleed like a stuck pig. And then he's like, let me go ahead and get that receipt. And then you see him doing the same to Swerve. Beautiful.
The same thing, I got to say. I can be critical of AEW because I want them to succeed so much. Because whenever there's multiple big companies that are doing well, all of wrestling gets better because everybody has to try harder, right? But sometimes I can be a little critical of AEW, and I think for justifiable reasons. But there was a spot in that match, and I know I'm like probably the 100th person to bring it up, but like where Swerve is kicking him in the chest. And there's fan footage. I wish the production had gotten this angle. Fan footage from behind his family in the ring, and you can see Brian taking those kicks to the chest, looking dead at his daughter from the ring, going, I love you so much. And he's like firing up by telling his girl that he loves her. Wow. And like that's when he like catches it and just starts his comeback. Wow. And like you can see his girl from behind starting to like lose her mind, like getting popping and getting up out of her seat and hyping and like cheering him on. And I'm like,
oh man,
that is exactly what for me as a fan has been missing from AEW.
Yes.
Like that kind of storytelling, that kind of emotional beat that goes along with the top tier in-ring product. Yeah. If you can marry both of those elements together, you have something really special. And so I thought that was super cool. About Brett, we were coming back to that. CW, you had mentioned a match between Brett and Ricky Steamboat. No doubt it was a huge. That Ricky Steamboat's my favorite wrestler of all time. He is the wrestler that made me a fan of wrestling. Something cool about Brett. If you're ever on Peacock and want to watch something old other than War Games '91, which I mentioned already earlier tonight, watch the first King of the Ring pay-per-view and just watch Brett, which Brett won the tournament. He had 3 matches that night, one against Razor Ramon, one against Mr. Perfect, and one against Bam Bam Bigelow. He won all 3 of those matches clean in different ways, and not once did he use the sharpshooter. Telling a story that whole night about being, I'm the best wrestler in the ring. Right. And this was right after, that was the first pay-per-view after, brother, I need to come in and beat Yokozuna after you lose the title. So Brett, I'm sure, had a chip on his shoulder from losing that title and then letting Hogan step in, because consequently, that was also when Hogan lost the belt back to Yokozuna and then disappeared. That's right. And Brett's like, I'm going to show y'all who the real king is here. And stepped in and had bangers with all 3 of them.
That's right.
And so those were all 3 of those matches were great. And also he sold his injuries from every previous match going into it. Like that's probably the most Brett I've ever seen Brett in one night. Of course, he's had. You could write a book with his best matches. Oh yeah, but that's a great example. Just talking about what he could do in the ring. That's psychology. Yeah, psychology.
Psychology.
No doubt.
The first King of the Ring was freaking fantastic. Yeah, Pete Dunne is a bruiserweight, but he's being a real butch right now.
Yeah. I'll tell you what's not butchy is he's putting in that work. Yeah, he's showing up on Raw and NXT every week, and I'm happy to see that for him. Yeah, he is. Because he's like, even if all these, they only have so many titles, But I tell you what, they are using a lot of these guys who just were wasting away. Yeah. 8 months ago.
Which is good, and I'm glad. And this is what I've also said was interesting. It's weird to me. It's still weird because NXT, by all rights, is still sort of, like you said, the playground where we're gonna sharpen your teeth a little bit. So it's still kind of. I'm unsettled with seeing these grizzled young veterans, if you will, come over here and wrestle with these kids. And I'm calling them kids by saying, Roxanne Perez is 21? Yeah. Versus you got somebody like the Good Brothers who wrestled all around the world, and you're coming in here and you're like, okay, let's train with you guys. Let's get you up and take an L. But because I told her about this, we were watching NXT last week. I'm like, the Good Brothers lost. I'm like, how do you lose? You could have beat these guys easily on paper, but after the match, they went ham and started doing a little something. So that was the way it should have been. Now we got
Godzilla and Kong in the house now.
Strowman with a drop kick right out the gate. Ooh. Hold up now. These two had a conversation in the back. Let's go out here and let's beat the snot out of each other.
Well, they're not main eventing, so they're probably not going to break the ring. But
wow.
They're gonna leave an imprint though.
We got a lot of man meat in this ring here. Bronson Reed is a little rocked right now. Ooh, look at the big man off his feet immediately. Okay, hold on. She always gonna get honorable mention. The Missus says in the early shows they had Sammy Guevara making passes at Brandy Rhodes to push his feud with Cody. That was good. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Was that before? There's only so many hours in the day, so I don't get to see a lot of AEW programming. But was that before the open mic night line from Brandy? That's what I know most about Brandy.
Oh gosh, you know what? Was that what I think it was. I don't remember. I can't keep it all straight. I didn't watch all. To be fair, I didn't watch as much AEW back then as I probably do now.
Yeah.
And I kind of missed that. I like that. This who told you this is open mic night? Like that was
Butch.
fantastic. Yes,
Yeah.
that was great.
Butch is showing up on all
Look,
kinds of
give me some
programming.
love.
Yeah, yeah.
Give me some love. You'll be happy to know that Stella Rose is giving our wrestling historian Steven some love.
I'm just being welcomed by everybody tonight. It's very emotionally fulfilling.
It's all love over here.
Hey, man,
it's
I
all
love it.
love. It's
I
all
love
for the
it.
family.
So there's a question in the chat. What's the over-under on how many tsunamis Bronson gives?
I will be perfectly honest with you. I would like to see one or two.
Oh,
Wow, he tried to catch him and he just
did his
collapsed.
knee? Yeah, I was about to say, did his knee buckle?
Maybe.
Do you think he was supposed
Because
to
he's
catch him?
still limping when he was walking out to the ring.
Well, he had a knee issue
Yep.
while he was out too,
And look, the camera. We know something's.
Yeah.
Okay, they're checking on him because the
and
camera's
they're not
staying
cutting
on
to
him.
commercial either.
Yeah. Interesting.
Oh boy. Well, I hope Braun's okay. But he didn't look like he was taking a splash. He looked like he was supposed to catch him.
Come on, man.
Okay, well if they did that,
Come on, man. Why a big man like that diving through the ropes? You think you Montez Ford? This is what I'm talking about. By all
you know
rights.
what? As a big man myself, I'm just impressed he was able to clear that space between the two ropes.
Because we've seen. Look,
And not get his trajectory altered.
because we've seen people
Because I know my belly would have.
rebellicize who have not.
Yeah, and the tips of your toes catch that rope,
Catch it,
and
and then you
whop,
go down.
whop, whop.
We've seen some.
It's LA, man. I gotta get ingratiated somehow.
That it was the very beginning. Okay, that's what she says. It was the very beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
Early days.
It just I've seen some terrible, terrible things. And this is the thing about pro wrestling. And this is what I meant when just Alex, I was talking to him about this. When I say it's theater, having done theater, I think you've done some stuff yourself. So it's like when it's live, you do everything you can to prepare for the show, but ultimately it's going to be what it's going to be.
Yeah.
You do your best to compensate if things don't go according to plan, but things don't go according to plan, and you do your best to try to work around it. But when you have people in here doing athleticism, you're diving through the ropes, or you're trying to get to the top rope, or like we saw with those ropes being slick, and all of a sudden Damian Priest is tied up and he's 200, 270, 275 hanging by an ankle.
Yeah.
That was terrible, you know? So when you see somebody go through the ropes, you're like, please clear this. Don't be a top flopper. Don't be a top dollar. I'm sorry.
Flop dollar.
Flop dollar. Just
Oh my gosh.
don't. Brother, did you practice this? Are you sure about this? Don't do that. If this is your first time doing, like, in my heart of hearts, I feel like I can do. No.
Yeah.
You cannot.
Sometimes you can't do it, and sometimes you can't. I mean, back in the day before he really thicked out, Big Show could do moonsaults and missile drop kicks and stuff, but
Yeah, he did a lot. He was actually very agile. But then again, so was Andre the Giant.
yeah. Oh yeah, Andre was that was after, before my time. Like by the time I was born and stuff, he was already kind of past a
Yeah.
lot of that. But yeah, man, he could go. Like,
Yeah,
it
if
was
you look
scary.
back, he was when he had the bigger hair. The
Yeah.
bigger haired Andre.
Back
he
in those
didn't
old
always-
photos where he had like 8 women on his arms.
Yeah.
Those days, the 70s, and
He was fast in that ring. He was a marvel. But when your body keeps doing what it's doing, it is what it is.
Just the genetics of having that kind of a body.
Charlotte does botch. So there have been some issues. You're right. Everybody has issues in the ring. It happens, and I respect it. I'm not mad at it. This is where, okay, so I was talking about this earlier. I said I want to remind him with the commercial break. I might have to come back to it. Yeah. We were watching a little bit of, because somebody said this, I forget who it was. Sophie Dopey, was it you? Ronda Rousey. We don't really discuss Ronda Rousey on this show. All right?
Not in this dojo.
We don't, no, we do not. We do not discuss Ronda Rousey in this dojo. Is that understood?
Yes, sensei.
But she gave that promo, as we all saw, and I had it queued up here when she shat on the business talking about it's not real, it's fake, none of those girls can touch me, yada, yada, blah, blah. So she talked about that. She said after we cut, we all had a good laugh about that. And Becky and I were like, we were talking, and Becky's like, "Do you still being too hard on her?" And she's just trying to. And I said, "Look, wow, okay." Braun Strowman threw Bronson off of the top rope with authority. These are some big. I'm gonna get back to Ronda Rousey in a second.
Yeah, they're
but hold
going
on.
for it.
Hold on, this match has got my attention now. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Bronson Reed was up on the shoulder of Braun Strowman, but he slunk out.
I don't love the placement of all the graphics on Bronson's trunks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt this very, very entertaining match with that commentary.
Yeah,
but it's a little distracting.
It is a little distracting. I see your point. It's not a well thought out outfit.
Yeah.
Oh, Bronson's
bailing.
"Ah."
Oh, that's new for him.
So interesting. So you can't fight somebody your own size, brother? What's up?
Yeah.
What's that?
You just an 80s bully?
Yes, an 80. There you go.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Wowzers. Drag him back in the ring. Let's get it going. This is what I'm saying. This ain't over.
Nah.
This
You
ain't
think
over.
they double count out? You think they can get back in
At
time?
this point, the ref is doing his job.
They just keep going. They're going the wrong direction. Oh,
Wow.
dude.
You going through it?
They're
You
not going to
through it?
break the ring.
No.
What if
Oh.
they break something back here?
This is how you gotta. I want to
I'm
see
saying,
sparks flying.
if they go through drop, where they just? Oh gosh, now we're getting our one shot. Oh, I saw the rocking chair back there.
Lauren Biggs, you're not terribly wrong. Her moonsault. She's a good athlete, but you're right. She doesn't always stick the landing. I hear what you're saying.
Oh, okay. Well, we're weaponizing.
Okay, we're backstage right now, so I don't know what's going on.
Oh,
Wow.
oh! I'm a big
Bronson.
fan of throwing the weapons at people on occasion.
Yeah.
It's just so impactful.
Interesting. So this is all just a ploy by Big Bronson Reed. What are these guys? What are they doing?
I know. Yeah, like what are you boys gonna stop? Y'all couldn't stop CM Punk with a strap.
Somebody get.
Oh gosh.
Get,
oh
Braun
my
Strowman
gosh.
a towel.
Knock that card over.
Oh,
Not the
good
apples.
Gracious.
How you like them apples? Oh,
He tossing people with authority.
yeah. This is the old Braun, man. You know, the Braun who would tip over ambulances and stuff.
Absolutely. She never saw the Big Show tip over the Jeep and smash.
Oh.
She watched it for the first time, and I said, "Now imagine that hand coming across your chest." He broke her freaking windshield.
Yeah, right?
Wow, Bronson Reed is got a weapon of mass destruction.
Also, like, respect to both of their cardio. These are not two Rey Mysterios out here. They're getting their steps in tonight. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Well, I don't know what rental company they got that from, but
Oh man. That car is crunched.
Corey said, not springing for the extra insurance.
Uh-oh.
Let them fight.
Let them fight.
You were calling it tonight earlier, eh, man? Like the unsanctioned.
This is what I'm saying. This is what
They
we need
built,
to see.
build to it. Build to it. Good.
This is how you got the big man. This is what you're supposed to do. Oh!
Okay. Oh.
Wow.
Boy, he almost landed on his head on concrete. Yeah. Even Braun's like, you all right, dude?
Right? Like, I know we're going to beat the hell out of each other,
I
but
tell
I
you
don't
what,
want to kill you.
I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy a Lincoln. This is my next car.
I tell
Or
you,
whatever
I
that
tell you
is. Those
what.
things are, this is a great commercial for them.
That's a solid vehicle right there. When you got big, meaty men slapping
my
it on top of your
gosh.
car.
Oh, I don't know what that was, where he pulled that from. God.
Wow. Bronson Reed cracking Braun Strowman with a shillelagh. Oh,
my gosh.
no.
Stop it.
No. Bronson Reed.
Oh,
what
my
are we,
gosh.
What are we doing right now?
This is deep impact right here. Stop it.
No, we are not about to do this.
Come on with it. Oh, my gosh. I think that was real sparks in that car, too. Oh, there's Adam Pearce.
Look at this car. It's smoking.
Dude,
The windows busted out.
wow.
Look at that freaking
That
roof.
thing is done. Dude,
Come
that
on.
is how you build stars.
Come on.
Dude, I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here for Bronson Reed. You asked me a year ago, Bronson Reed. I'd be like, oh, he's all right. Other than Drew McIntyre, maybe, depending on actually how your affiliations are in the whole Drew Punk feud, top heel on Raw right now.
Right now, absolutely.
Top heel.
Dude, did you
Even 3 weeks ago, I wouldn't have said that, or a month ago, before he killed Seth.
Oh my gosh. I've always said for the longest time, you have a big guy beating on these jobbers, and it's good you get a local talent getting a name for themselves, and that's fine. I'm like, that never really shows you how big and tough you are. If I'm going to beat up, I can go into grade school and beat up some kids.
Yeah.
Does that make me a big, strong, tough guy? No. I can just beat somebody smaller than me. Let's see somebody your own size.
Pick on somebody your own size, dog. He sure did. I'm curious about this because we're almost in September.
Yep.
I wonder if that is going to write off Braun for a little bit, like he did Seth and whatever, or if Braun's going to come back and they'll escalate to more matches, maybe something else in Bad Blood. I mean, or something like that. But because somebody asked what's the end game or where are they going with Braun, you know? When I see him like this, I'm immediately thinking, I can't wait for that countdown to happen at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And for him to show up in the match and just start wasting people.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
I have no idea where he'll be in this story, but like this is like he's getting the Diesel push, the Kane push, the whatever. Like if you're any like friends of mine and stuff that I used to work with, we have these like little fantasy draft, fantasy pool things for PLEs and stuff. And every Royal Rumble we ask who's the Iron Man and who gets the most eliminations.
right.
If you ever do any of those games, Bronson's your guy for most eliminations. Write it down now. I mean that's how I see it at least.
You are not kidding. What I saw here was carnage and mayhem. Man, I'm shocked beyond belief. Right here, Samantha Poole, member for 6 months. Thank you so much, Samantha,
right, Samantha.
Poole. She says, at least we can say they use real glass.
I will laugh you a river over that one. Let's go.
Oh, my gosh. W Nostalgic said, I'm giving this a 10 out of 10 show. And Lauren Biggs says, damn.
Yeah.
They slam into the car.
That alone, I told you, I was like, I'm enjoying the show tonight. That's fine. That took it from here to here.
Yeah, it did.
Like that. I mean, and that's all it takes sometimes, like, is a moment like that. That is so, they'll be able to replay that for months.
But this is what I'm also talking about. Friday Night SmackDown. What are you doing? Are you bringing this level of carnage?
How you doing?
How you doing? Huh? What are we doing? Nick, I legitimately, relay race, the leg should always bring it home. But does that mean that the first portion of the show should be mid? Are you kidding me right now? We still have an hour left to go. We just saw something that was just out of freaking control.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, we're going back to the replay right now.
And the old school ratings, indicators and stuff, especially back in the Monday Night Wars, you could always pinpoint who their highlighted people were based on what was on TV at the top of the hour. This was happening at the top of this hour.
It was. Dude, come on. Are you kidding me right now?
Oh, man.
Wow.
That looked amazing.
Those windows busted clean out.
That was fantastic. You know they just bought that car.
Wow.
Gosh.
I think that's a Cadillac.
Yeah.
I think you want to get yourself
think
a
it was a
Cadillac.
Caddy.
Get yourself a Cadillac.
Yeah.
You've got two big, meaty men. Uh-oh,
Maybe.
uh-oh, uh-oh,
Can't feel my fingers.
uh-oh.
He's talking about his fingers.
He's talking about his
That was
fingers.
so unconvincing.
Talk about that pinky finger. Thank you, girl.
His piggy can't get roast beef. I guess that's toast, but still, nevertheless.
Wow. 2 hours into this, man, I can barely
Dude.
catch my breath. This is what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Let's make sure we get them into a contest again.
Should have said
no
that.
holds barred, unsanctioned.
Yes.
This is what we need to see.
That tsunami should count as 3. Yes.
Wow.
CW, good call.
Hey, Stella Rose.
And you know what, too, though? That, I'm thinking about it more. I'm thinking about it now. Like, that felt like watching the not the 2K, but the old SmackDown games.
Yes.
Did you ever play those SmackDown
Yes.
PlayStation games?
Yes.
Where you could battle in the parking lot and
Yes.
stuff? That had some real video game vibes to it
I
for
loved
me,
it.
in the best way.
I loved it. This is what I'm talking about. This is what the go-home shows are supposed to
Yes.
do, man.
Yes.
This is what it's supposed to be.
That is what I was hoping for tonight.
Thank
Something
you.
like that.
Thank
Delivering,
you.
man.
Deliver.
Yeah.
That's it, man. This is it. Give us a taste of something. You gave us more than a taste with that. Thank you, gentlemen. I hope we get this run back. Oh, that was beautiful. And now we got Miz coming out here, Pete Dunne coming out here. I mean, I don't know, man. If I were the Miz, I would stay home. He said, after I'm done,
I'm gonna
with
be
him,
honest.
I'm coming for you.
With these 3, I mean, my fandom would pick Pete Dunne for this match, but with everything that's happening, I think Woods could take this. Keep that story going.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, because I think for everybody could take the L.
Yeah,
Everybody can take the L, but I think for whatever's going on with the New Day and whatnot, the fact that Kofi did not win, I think Xavier should win.
yeah.
I think that's going to be good if they're really legitimately going to
Here's
be
the
doing a heel
question
turn.
now. Do you think Woods gets help that he didn't ask for? That's not really the New Day style to come in and interfere
No.
in the match. But I just feel like Woods could win this match, but he's still not happy about something. You know what I mean?
I hope.
Because he
we-
gets
I hope
boo-boo
it's
face
clean.
every week these days.
I hope it's clean.
Yeah.
I hope it's clean. I don't want to see anybody come out here. I would hate for, but it would make sense if Kofi did come out here and try to lend the assist and things went sideways. We got some new gear that we're
Yeah.
rocking here. I'm kind of.
And he's got the dark colors on too. You know, it's less vibrant,
Yeah, I noticed.
looking
that too.
like a L.A. Raider Power Ranger.
I noticed that too. And stark contrast, like you said, look at
LV
the colorful.
Raider. Yeah.
You see, yeah, they're not doing that right
It's like
now.
when Hulk Hogan shaved off his mustache, brother, and went dark against the Dungeon of Doom. There were some real dark times in wrestling in the mid-'90s before we had the NWO and DX.
Yeah.
There were some real lowlights.
Yeah, there were definitely some times you're gonna go, might have workshopped that.
Yeah.
There were a lot of pure fusion collective moments.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
That shouldn't have been.
There weren't enough herbs and spices for sure.
No, they most certainly were not. Super chat right here by Samantha Poole. Circle message. You already know I had to take shots at TK.
To be fair, it's easy target.
I
You got it.
You know, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. And it's TK's fault.
Just don't shoot too hard. He might fear for his life. So
I
I've
was in
heard.
fear for my life. I was scared for the performers and for the wrestlers. I also could not feel my fingers from his death stares.
I thought he was going to put me through the roof of a Cadillac.
Love you, TK.
Cadillac Mauler Punk. That's what we call him.
Thank you, Samantha Poole. Oh my gosh. She's out and recovering. Okay, good. That is good.
Oh, that's so good to hear.
So when is she going to be, because I know it's getting late, so is this a situation where she's got to stay overnight in the hospital, so she's going to be there overnight, and then B will be back here, and then this whole week is going to be assistance with the kids. We've got to help with the kids. It's a whole thing. The whole thing. So thank y'all so much. Five Friday Jimmy 171. Thank you for your service, sir. This is looking good. But see, I like the fact that you got Bronson Reed. You got people getting crunched up, spitting up blood. I love, I love a good spot when, whether it's accidental or not. I remember this was, I think it might have been Umaga that came down on Kane with the Samoan spike. And I remember, I forget what the whole setup was, but to my recollection, Kane was sitting up. As he was sitting up, Umaga comes off the top rope with the spike, hits him right here.
Oh.
And then you just see, doing this and then spitting up blood. I don't know if that was planned or not, or, things go horribly wrong. But this is what I'm talking about. And to your point, what you were saying with Alexa Bliss, like, this is a different playground right now.
This is a much more aggressive in-ring product now.
And think about it. We're getting a switch. We just saw the commercial on, what was it, the 13th. SmackDown is moving to this network.
Yeah.
And they are going to Netflix.
Yeah.
You're a Raw superstar. They already said it's going to be Raw when it comes to Netflix. So they're not trying to be over here and phoning it in and having some nonsensical matches. Like if you're really going to be on Netflix, which is, and it's not just a network change. This is $1 billion deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That was really thanks to good old DJ. So he's basically saying, look, guys, don't embarrass me.
Yeah. Well, this is like going from like, and I mean, again, this is the only reference I really have to go this far back, but it's like going from superstars on Saturday mornings to Monday Night Raw. Like it's a whole template change. And I think even their model now of like these, 5 matches on PLEs, that intrinsically has got to be motivating the talent to be like, I want to get on the PLE. I want my match to be hot enough, so they're all going to go a little bit harder and do that. So, like, I really don't see a lot of, like you said, the phoning it in that was before the people who were just happy to be there. And
Well, see, that's what I'm saying with the Attitude Era. They were like, look, we're fighting for our existence.
yes,
So we got to go ahead and do what we can to be noticed
yeah,
so that people don't take our spot and that we're featured each and every week.
yeah,
That mentality is what I demand to see. Not just, I'm happy to be here, guys. I have a job. No, your key card may not work this
yeah,
week.
to be excellent.
You know? Why is that so difficult?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to put my finger on it. You just have motivation's a funny thing. Like some people, some people in the world are Kobe Bryants and some people are not, in terms of just like relentless motivation. I mean, you have and I am going to put them on the same wavelength, even though their in-ring prowesses may be different. Your Codys and Cenas and Miz's, that are just relentless in being there, and then you have people who, most of them honestly aren't with the company anymore because they were just showing up and doing their thing. Even if they were really gifted in the ring, you could tell the intentionality wasn't there, the passion wasn't there and stuff. And honestly, even some of your favorites, if that happens to, it's a good thing if they go on their way to rediscover that. Because honestly, I felt like Drew was like that for a little while before he left.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not saying that was all Drew's fault because Cody was like that too, but Cody will tell you, I had that joy sucked out of me.
Yeah.
Because of the way the culture was at the time.
Yeah.
But you go out, you rediscover that passion, you Rocky 3 it, you find your eye of the tiger. You
like
run
Shawn
down
Michaels,
the beach
I gotta
with
find
Apollo.
my smile again.
Right. You find your smile.
Yeah.
You find your boyhood dream.
Yeah.
You come back and you start tearing it up.
That's what, well, look, you talk about John Cena. You remember when Seth Rollins rearranged his face?
Oh yeah.
You know what John Cena did? He finished the match.
Boom.
Come on.
How you doing?
Yeah, how you doing? Do we need to say anything more? Do we need to say anything more?
Yeah.
It's do you want this or don't you? I know everybody's a brand nowadays.
Sure.
And that's great. The Miz clearly is doing much bigger things than just in-ring performing. But when you lace them up, you're not a brand. You're a wrestler. So get in there and take the hits. And you might get bruised.
Yeah.
Part of the job. You don't want to get bruised? Put your boots in the middle of the ring like Triple H did. And as 3 Diglets would say, get the hell out of my ring. That's all I got to say about
wise
that.
man, look no further than your own handle for a reason to watch SmackDown. For LA Knight. Yeah. That's why I watch. That's why I watch right now. Honestly, I'm a little fatigued with the Bloodline story. I feel like it's not bad. I just feel like they're in, like they keep using the baseball analogy, like they're in the 5th inning.
Yeah.
Like the lull.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad Roman's back.
Yep.
But I'm really waiting for Roman to decide on who his backup's going to be. And so the constant weekend, and I'm tired of Bloodline having gold, honestly. The tag scene. Again, that's just me. But that's the Tongas really for me. Because it didn't bother me when the Usos had the gold all that time. I liked them better as a tag team.
Yeah, I just hated the fact that they kept going around 2 belts. That That was exhausting.
Oh, yeah.
That was exhausting.
I'm glad there's a separation of belts, and both of them look better as a result of it.
Gosh, those belts were trash.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, those belts should
Okay.
be in the clearance section.
Woods with the Mark Henry move.
Yes, he did. This is be clear. We call it what it is.
Yeah.
Lauren Biggs, you ain't said nothing but a word. SmackDown had better step up their game.
Yeah.
Nick Aldis, y'all better be doing a Vince McMahon rewrites and ripping up and rewrites. I'm deadly serious. Because if it's mid, because last week was just
Yeah.
and if it's going to be this week, you're going to hear it. But Woods is looking real good right
Yeah.
now.
He's hungry,
We got
man.
to cover. And I like it. He's got the Sid armband.
Sid armband. I just saw that. Yeah. Maybe the power bomb.
I
He
appreciate
just power
that.
bombed it.
Yep, he sure did. He sure did. And that's all core strength. He's
Yeah.
looking, but he's looking real kind
He
of.
looked like he's doing some deadlifts in this match.
Right?
Yeah. What you were just talking about, like this is more. I'm seeing more from Woods during this story. Like he's trying to match it in the ring
Yeah, he is.
with what they're doing in the story. So I'm more power to him.
Yeah, he is.
He's
But
like,
liking
I'm not
this.
just the up, down, down guy.
He's hanging in there. We're getting
Yeah.
some big slaps going on right now.
And going slap for slap with Pete Dunne.
Yep. That ain't no joke.
Oh, okay, Miz.
Now they're slapping the back. It's
Oh.
a slap fest.
Now this isn't fair. Woods is the only bare-chested one out of the three of them.
This is true. It's going to sting this a touch more.
Is he trying to double? That wasn't going to work.
No.
Oh.
They tried. Now, you see what I'm saying in this matchup? Already we got the sweat. We got the action. We've got drama. We've got high drama that I didn't really get all the way with the ladies, but the ladies held it down. They did
Yeah.
a great job. They did a great job.
Okay, Woods.
Was with a cover with the Miz. Miz is hanging in there. I got to give him
Yeah.
credit. Two-time Grand Slam champion. Uh-oh.
He's going to try to steal the win.
Uh-oh. No, Miz is back. Pulls out Pete Dunne.
Oh,
Now look at that.
cross-faced.
The very thing John Cena can never do. Cinch it all the way in.
Yeah.
All the way in. John Cena, take notes. Wait.
That is such a creative spot. I've never seen that
Interesting.
before.
Yeah, that was great.
I love that. Dude, they
Fantastic.
are thinking.
Yeah.
Like they're because you would have seen the graphic
Yep.
earlier in the night and be like, oh, 3 mid-carders, whatever.
Ooh.
But I got to give them an A for effort in this match, man. They are going for it.
They're doing fantastic.
And considering how much I almost want to say overexposure Woods and Miz have had on the roster for all the years they've been there, and Dunn is on multiple shows right now, like they're really freshening this thing up. I
But
respect
tell you what,
it.
Woods is going up. He almost, oop,
Ooh, all right, he still got it.
that was almost a slip.
Where's
But he
Dunn?
stuck the landing.
Oh,
Pete Dunne pulls out the ref.
oh no. Ooh,
He had
was
that
a
head
stiff
jerk. You see
kick,
that
yeah.
jerk?
make it hit you in the back of the throat, make your teeth click. Oh no.
Pete Dunne with the win.
Pete Dunne. I can see Pete Dunne and Jey Uso.
Interesting.
I did not think Dunne was going to take this.
I did not either. Hi, good girl. You want to get in the lap? You're a little big.
Wow.
You're a little big. You're a little big. This is Stella Rose. This is our newest channel mascot. Bone Crusher's right down
Thanks,
here.
Stella.
I would give him another S-N-A-C-K, but this one has to go B-O-O-B-O-O. So I don't want any more
Yeah.
stuff,
I feel you.
You got to
Yeah.
go for and
Gotta
she went
space
for
that
a
stuff
walk
out.
earlier, but she didn't do that. So that's why I'm hoping I don't see a surprise downstairs.
Hey.
Girl. Wow. So we got 2 more guys here. Jey Uso, Pete Dunne, Intercontinental Championship match. I hope Sheamus ruins his shot. I really do. Because it ain't over. In
Yeah.
fact, I would love to see Sheamus go down to NXT when he's on and take it to him
Yeah.
there.
We'll see what happens tomorrow, dude.
Come on, man. All right.
I,
You guys want one more?
I feel
Or
like
don't do nothing.
Breakker just needs a little bit of a hiatus from the tanning.
Yeah, I know.
He goes.
You're not kidding.
He's looking like 87 Hogan right now. The prayers, the training, and the vitamins.
and then believing in yourselves, man. Yeah, he not that dark. That's right. You know Sheamus is going to be back. You know it. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Aaron Drew said, "What are your thoughts on Rikishi saying if WWE doesn't basically do anything with Jay, he's going to go to AEW?" No, he's not.
I
don't think anybody from the Anoa'i family is ever going anywhere other than WWE once they get there. And I mean,
Agreed.
Jay, I will say, I am politely frustrated for Jay because he's been over, mega over since he and Jimmy were the first ones to pin Roman last summer.
Yeah.
And he just that's the problem with there only being a few titles and so many hot acts right now. And my hope is that he will have the same experience as LA Knight, that the fans will continue to sustain him until it's his turn. Because I think it's going to be a while. I mean, if he gets a singles title shot, let's say probably Intercontinental title, I don't think it's going to be till WrestleMania until he'd win it. Because Breakker just got the belt, and I feel like he's maybe by the end of the year, maybe Royal Rumble. I mean, but it just seems like we're in an era right now where Hunter's really wanting to establish the guys that he really wants to make a mark.
Yeah.
You know, and Breakker is one of those guys. You know, the only way I'd see around it is if and Breakker's not really doing this right now because Bronson Reed's doing it. But one out you could have is for Breakker to continue to just destroy people like he did with Ricochet. And Adam Pearce is like, you're stripped of the title and you're suspended for 30 days. And then, you know, that way you could get the belt off him without having somebody beat him. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, they let Gunther keep that title for so long. And then Sammy didn't have a short reign compared to Gunther he did, but like he had it for a few months.
Yeah.
So I would say Braun's got it for a few months too.
I would think so, but
Because he just got it at SummerSlam, right?
Yeah, but I see. My thing is, I to what you're saying, I don't really want to see Jey Uso get decimated and catch a pin from Bron Breakker because his momentum has been so good, but they keep cutting him short.
I think what you like, if that was me, like if the roadmap was given to me of Jay is the one who beats Braun, but we can't do it until Rumble or Mania, I would say in that 4-way match you have some kind of interference, even like, well, Woods didn't win, it was done, but hey, maybe even like Sheamus comes in to interfere against Dunn, screws up, hits Jay instead, and costs him the match, and then you can logically give Jay a placeholder feud until he comes back. Something that he can win. And I don't even think I've seen Jay and Sheamus before. Or Sheamus. I mean, I'm sure they've both been around for so long. It's probably been a while, but I'm sure they probably have. But it doesn't have to be Sheamus. I mean, because we don't even know who the other two guys are going to be yet. But something could happen in that match to create a new pathway for him to then have to come back to Braun.
They got to do something.
But yeah, I think that's the thing that worries me about all these top tier mid card guys right now is that I don't really want any of them to fight Braun yet because I don't want Bronson Reed to get in there with him yet. I don't want Jay to get in there with him yet because I feel like they'd all lose.
No,
they're too
I
hot.
agree. Yeah, you got to let things marinate a little bit, just like you're saying with Triple H wants to push his people, and that's all well to the good.
Yeah.
Teflon Don, my father said, let me go ahead and lay it on you. Circle message.
go.
Hey, I'm still pissed off that the Street Profits are not champs. Like, what are they doing with them? They both deserve so much better. Triple H, you're fired. All right? You're fired.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
The Street Profits are probably the most talented, undecorated tag team in all of wrestling, I would say.
B's
just
been
seemed-
talking about it all the time. Absolutely.
When it seems like they're always there at the wrong time
Yeah.
and is messed up. Because like they had the NXT tag titles for like a minute and a half, and then they got called. Didn't they get called up after that, or I don't remember. But they didn't have it long, and it seemed like they had finally gotten there. And man, Dawkins has put in that work.
Yeah,
I
he
think
has.
when all that chatter was coming up about Tez going solo, he's like, "No, let me show you something."
Well, that's somebody that's been resting.
Yeah,
That was somebody that
and
was
he's
resting.
not resting anymore.
He shouldn't.
Did you see? Did you and B ever watch that Bianca Montez reality
We did.
show?
We did.
Like even some off to the side, you could see little sprinklings of that of
Oh,
Tez being like, "Hey, stop wearing sweatpants to the building." You know, like you don't have to look as good as me because you can't. But,
But
you know
still.
whatever. But that kind of stuff and like put that extra effort of wanting it in all aspects of your game.
That's right.
And I see it in the ring
That's
with
right.
Dawkins now. And I mean, to the point where it's like, I love Tez. I want to see Tez get single at some point in his career. But now it's like Dawkins is bringing it. And I'm like, well, no, don't bring him up yet.
But I'm gonna be honest with you.
I don't know.
I'm concerned. I'm concerned because they're not giving the Street Profits their flowers. They're not giving
Yeah.
them their due.
That is
And is it a combination of them, or is it both? Like either or. I don't really care. You guys are not going to get the push that you think that you deserve.
Yeah. I don't know what the deal is there. And that's why I'm a little down on the Tongans.
Yeah.
Because like you can tell, and I said this about Roman and Rock when it became when they started talking about this record. That is a feud that doesn't have to have gold. Especially now, like you've got the bracelet on Raw, and you've got the they call that a Ulafalo? You've got the Ulafalo on SmackDown. Like that is a visual representation of the title,
Right.
the title of head of the table.
Right.
And so just have your goons be goons. They don't need to be running the tag division.
That's right.
Let DIY and Street Profits tear it up. Give Pretty Deadly a chance to at least be contenders, and stuff like they have that. SmackDown really doesn't have any excuses because I would say their roster can almost go beat for beat with Raw's roster.
Yeah.
In terms of talent.
Yeah.
But like they're really not maximizing that the way Raw is right
Yeah.
now.
No, they're
With a
not.
few exceptions. LA Knight's killing it.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I actually wish that we saw more. I wish we saw more women on the Raw roster right now
Yeah.
coming out here. I really do. I mean, has anybody seen Natalia? Anybody? Anybody?
I heard her. She did the voiceover for the
Yes, she
for
did.
Germany,
Yes, she
which
did.
had Owen Hart footage in it.
Yes, it did.
Which, by the way, listen, and ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, don't take it lightly that active Owen Hart footage was on WWE TV.
Yeah.
That meant something.
Yes, it did.
And so I'm not trying to be conspiratorial anyway, but like that made me smile so big because I was like, maybe, just maybe, there might be some reconciliation there. Because now Vince is gone, and he was the Mr. Show Must Go On guy,
Yep.
which I think is one of the biggest mistakes that company's ever made.
Yeah.
Eat the loss.
Yeah.
I don't know, it was during the Monday Night War.
Yeah.
Everything mattered business-wise, but it's a man's life, dude. Some things are more important.
Not to him.
No.
Not to him.
And
It's
now,
like, okay,
now,
let's
and now,
use
where is he?
this. Hey, Taker, let's go out there. Use this as motivation. He wanted to cry.
Talk about phoning it in, bro.
Everybody
no
that walked
judgment.
out there. No.
No judgment at all. But like, they're watching unmotivated wrestling is some of the most uncomfortable stuff.
Yeah.
Especially when because somebody's grieving. Like,
That's what it was like during the lockdown when there was no audience, it was an empty arena. It's like we were sitting down watching a practice, a scrimmage. There was no life.
yeah.
It was cringe.
Yeah.
As they like to, as the kids say today.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
cringe.
The youngins.
The youngins, as they say today.
This mixed tag is going to be interesting, I feel like, in Berlin, too. I'm curious.
I'm excited for it. I love a good mixed tag match.
Are
I
y'all
can't
gonna,
wait to see it.
Y'all are doing a prediction show, surely, right? For
We
that?
are.
Okay.
We are. But it's gonna be different. We're gonna have to we're gonna beam her in.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna beam her in. So it's gonna be yeah, but there will be Becky for president.
Let's
That's
go. I'd vote
fantastic.
for her. Already the best option in front of me.
You're not lying.
Sorry, I don't mean to get into all that with you guys, but
But we're getting all that love
it's
right
a low
here.
bar, and she's way above it.
Oh yeah. This is what I'm talking about, getting all that love. Now, here's an interesting matchup.
Yeah.
Women's Tag Team Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they won it internationally Will they lose it internationally? It makes me wonder.
Yeah. You know what? You showed me too. You sent me that post that Friday night, if you guys go back, Bianca, Jade, and Naomi were all wearing Simone Biles inspired
Yeah.
outfits. I
Yeah.
thought that I felt like there was something gymnastic to it when I saw it because they had the little USA, right on there on the leg. But that was so cool. I love it when people do stuff like that.
Yep. I didn't
Yeah.
get it at first, but then I was like, oh,
Yeah.
snap. I see what you did. What's up with my Boston guy?
Yeah,
See,
right?
why do people got to do that?
Yeah.
Why do people got to be weird? I'm
Yeah.
going to say that. That's being overused in
It's very
politics right now.
uncomfortable.
But yeah, that's just weird. And you know what you're doing. You and you. You're being weird. Talking about Sid Udy. Hold on. I see a super chat
Yeah,
by 3
what's this?
Digs.
I wonder if they'll show him powerbombing Pillman if this is a video
I
package.
hope so. They had to put something together. They had to have.
Yeah, that Boston guy's really making me feel uncomfortable. I feel like he's staring at me.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like when you're like 7-Eleven, the guy's just like standing out
Not
front.
okay. Yep, there it is. Video package. I wonder, is there any news on how he passed?
He was battling cancer.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize. Okay.
Winged eagle.
Wow. That belt's coming. That belt's coming.
Oh, man, I'm going to be so happy.
Yeah. Wow.
Dude,
It's just
so... He just had star written all over. I mean...
It's crazy. You see people like this that you grew up watching. You're like, you're big, strong, and to see how they're taken out in real life, it just...
Yeah, it's so humbling.
It is.
Oh, man, I'll get the others.
We just lost Virgil, too.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yep.
Virgil was underrated, too,
He was.
One of the best face pops of all time. All time, when he turned on DiBiase.
I will never forget that. I will never forget when he went toe-to-toe with The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Seeing these two 7-footers.
Uh-huh.
Big gold.
Big gold, baby.
Wow.
Oh, gosh. Well, this is going to make me cry, dude. It's always interesting to see the humanity in someone who is characterized as so inhuman. You know what I mean?
It really is.
God bless you, Sid.
Psycho Sid. Sid Udy.
Heaven got a power bomb and quite a softball player, too, from what I...
Was he really?
Yeah, so like apparently the story goes, the legend goes with Sid is that he had so many breaks from wrestling because he played, I don't know if he played professionally or semi-pro or he just really liked softball, but he would play softball back in like Arkansas or West Memphis, wherever it was he was from. And he would straight up take time off to play softball.
No kidding.
Yeah, every year. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, almost every year. So like all those gaps when he wouldn't be on TV in WCW.
He's knocking them out the park.
Yeah, just blasting them.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. And I was like,
love
good
that.
for you having a passion and a hobby outside of wrestling.
I love
especially in those days.
3 Belts, 3 Douglas says, I got a little something for you, Steven. Let me go ahead and drop some gospel on you.
All right, let's hear some
Circle message. Steven, you're an encyclopedia and lover of wrestling. A great talker as well. Thank you for sharing your light with us tonight. Big dog.
Thank you, 3 Diglets.
That's a really awesome super chat. Thank you so much.
Very
Yes.
heartwarming. And I mean that too. Like, and if I can pull back the kayfabe for a second, if I can shoot with you a little bit,
Please do. Please do.
yeah, I've been a lover of professional wrestling for, got to do the math now, probably since like 86, 87. So, yeah, 87. So we're working on close to 40 years. And it was not always, and if any of you have been wrestling fans for a period of time, you know, there were quite a few seasons where it wasn't really in fashion to be a wrestling fan, you know,
You
socially.
are not lying. Yeah.
And man, the past few years, Also, I mean, it's been dropped in the comments, in the chats, and other in a sense that I'm also a pastor by trade, and so just real quick, I just want to say something I feel like I've learned spiritually is that everybody is created on purpose, and so like the things that you're drawn to, assuming that they're not illegal or abusive, the good things in life, right? The good wholesome things. Have intentionality to them, and you shouldn't be ashamed of those things. And so, like, I just got to a point where some really good people surrounded me and stuff, and were like, "Hey, be happy about the fact that you like what you like,"
right.
It's like, and don't be embarrassed by that kind of stuff. And so, like, sometimes I carry that little chip as like, oh, wrestling's fake, and I'm like, your favorite TV show is fake too. Like, what do you?
Still watch it,
well,
still
yeah,
love it.
so you still watch it though, right? And so it's really, I'm in a really good place with wrestling and with fandom now, and I owe a lot of that to y'all's program. I appreciate that, and getting to be here, and also just like, I don't know, just getting to be around people who like wrestling and also liking wrestling.
Yes.
Because those are two different things.
Yes.
There's a lot of people who like wrestling who you'd never know it by the way they talk about it. And
Yes.
and boy, do I love being around people enjoying wrestling. Because there's fewer places in the world. Have you ever been to a live event, a PLE, a WrestleMania? I also got to go to a Royal Rumble once, back when I was still in Georgia, when 2010, when Edge made his first comeback.
Wow.
And there's nothing like hearing thousands of people get excited about the same thing at the same time for a good, wholesome moment,
Right.
And so, like, it's a good place to be. So thank you, Diglets. Thank you, chat, everybody, just for welcoming a little extra space for me. Reed.
Look at that right there.
Okay, it's time. Yeah, enough of my boohooing.
Look at that right there. Oh, man.
I don't know how Reed doesn't win that match, AJ.
Wow.
Unless
unless
He gets
Strowman
taken
comes
out. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Becky's been asking, where is
there's
Ilya?
Ilya.
Oh, this is Ilya all day. Unless
All right, real quick.
Step-Mami lends the assist.
Rewind. My favorite wrestler of all time, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat,
Right.
had a criminally short-lived Intercontinental title reign.
Yes, he did.
Because he wanted to go spend time with his baby, but that's a whole nother history lesson. And gave way to the longest then Intercontinental Championship run of the time by chicken poop heel, the Honky Tonk Man.
Yeah, honky tonk man.
One of the originators of getting disqualified, counted out just to keep the belt. Bro, what if they Honky Tonk Man Bron Breakker with Dom? Could you imagine how molten that reaction would be for Dom to beat an unbeatable force? Through hook or by crook. Not clean, obviously. I think he's too tied up with Rhea right now for that to probably happen. But the fact that they even put him in that match really gives me pause. You know what I mean?
Okay, you just bent my mind into a pretzel. I'm thinking of all the possibilities. I'm thinking everybody deserves a shot, and
Yeah.
honestly will look good with gold around that waist. But
What a
the
great time to be a fan.
overall long-term story, who is this going to benefit more?
Yeah.
What better way than to get gold around the waist of somebody that betrayed his brother, betrayed his mommy, and is now truly on top?
Yeah. I mean, Liv so far has seemed to follow through on her word of like, I'm the better mommy. I'm going to get you guys. Because it was because of her that they won the tag belts.
And imagine now she's got a belt,
Ooh.
they've got belts, and now he gets a belt?
Dom's never going to get to cut a promo again for the rest of his career.
Come on, man.
All right. Oh, here comes.
Come on, man. Well, first of all, I don't know if he'll be able to walk down the street. They
Nah.
may take him out.
He's not going to get to walk into any Chick-fil-A.
Wow. All right, here we go, folks. Shorty G is in the ring, Chad Gable, and we hear the music.
Oh, man. Look at. Oh, that's the Tron. I'm glad that they put the Fireflies on the Tron, too, though. Dom or Ilja for the other match. Yeah.
Oh, Terra Twins. Lauren, you want to join? You want to be a Terra Twin member? All right, I can respect that. All right, we got 20 minutes to play with.
Sorry for the idea, Sophie. Don't worry. I didn't know that nobody's listening to me.
Oh, we're all listening to you, sir. We're all listening to you, and here they are.
I love their aura, man. They've really not missed a step yet
No, they
since
haven't.
they came back, and that just makes me so happy.
They turned this into something else. See, and I love the fact that this is just their alter ego, and it works. It works perfectly.
Yeah. Thank you, Jody.
Now, interesting. Are they coming out with him, or is he coming out by himself?
Oh, they came out at the outset, but I mean, surely they would come because the Creeds are down there, aren't
Right.
they?
Well, are they?
They came out with him. I don't know if they
Oh, they
stuck
did?
it
I
out
missed
around
that.
the ring.
Okay.
Yeah. So if they're still down there, he should. But he looks like Howdy's coming alone.
Wow. The beauty of this is it's not like Bo Dallas isn't himself a seasoned wrestler.
Yeah. Oh, Bo can go.
You know what I
Dude,
mean?
all those Rotundo boys could go.
They can go.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a fine contest.
Yeah.
Look at these fireflies, man.
Wise man, you're right. They could have done this at SummerSlam, but also when you're in a stadium, you have to deal with daylight. And I think this looks better in the darkness. This would have had to have been next to last match to achieve this effect, though. That's the only thing about Bray, because, like, remember that one WrestleMania, was it 30? Was it 31 where Bray fought Undertaker? I'm sorry, I'm just throwing out random numbers, but it was an outdoor. It was the Sting Triple H Mania.
Yes, I know what you're talking
and their
about,
match
yes.
was still during daylight.
Yes.
And it really stripped a lot of the aura from both of them.
Yeah, and I've always felt that about outdoor stadium daylight matches. It doesn't feel quite the same.
No.
It loses a lot
Yeah.
that I don't care for. Yeah, okay, see, it did that high-pitched squeal again.
Gables.
Interesting. He's outside the ring. Hey, you've got your prime bottle. Go ahead and use it,
Yeah.
brother.
Dude, Gable's an underrated actor, man. He really is the modern day Kurt Angle.
Well, but, okay, again, here's somebody else that truthfully has been able to parlay this into something that really shouldn't be. He should have been long since gone.
Absolutely. And he re-signed a deal not too long ago.
Yep.
But
he turned us in.
He's got the 3 eyes. Oh, he's gonna wrestle in the mask. I
3 eyes. Yes.
yeah, I don't know how I feel about him wrestling in the mask. I just hope it stays still for him.
Let's see. I could. It looks like you've got a pretty solid strap.
Because there's a wig with it too.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see what happens.
Maybe part of this is at some point the mask is stripped off.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
That's a little
Okay, you never see that. That was
Nah.
interesting.
reminded me of the Joker, the Jack Nicholson
Yeah.
Joker, you know?
Yeah.
Dance with the Devil in the Pale Moonlight. Oh, there we go. I will say the way he whips his hair back with that mask and stuff, man, it's very Bray.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
He's got the mannerisms in here. I love it. Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's come such a long way from Shorty G, Sophie.
Wow.
Harper shout out. The yeah. Zabrody.
Yeah, it was.
Man, dude, they
This
will.
is intentional.
I love that they just will not let the public consciousness forget them.
And
means so
that's what I'm
much.
saying. He tied that into, and that's what to say about Kendrick Lamar. All right, whether you listen to his music or not, but they're saying like his music is studied for a reason, that he's able to weave in so much depth
Oh, yes.
that it goes beyond what you see on the surface, and that's
It's
exactly
master's
what
level
we're seeing
research
here.
stuff.
This is so intentional. Everything they're doing, it's just been masterful.
Yeah. And
Absolutely.
that's a real sign because, you know, none of us knew. And I mean, the jury's maybe is still out, but it was really clear that Bray was like, no pun intended, everybody, a fiend about it, about his character. Like he was obsessive over each step of the way. He cared that much about it. And so when Bo was going to take over, none of us knew. Like, I'm sure we all trusted that, like, oh, you know what, he's going to honor Bray and stuff. But who could repeat
Right.
the level of obsession and dedication in that? And it seems like, I wouldn't say that he's matching it beat for beat yet necessarily, but it's clear that he's really trying to put that effort in
Yeah.
there. and that they're really and as long as they're still doing that, I mean, personally, I don't care if they win titles or not. Like if they're putting that effort in, then that tells me the story is always going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Which is what really matters most with that kind of a character.
What you need,
So,
and
yeah.
that's what I don't want them to take their foot off the gas. I don't want them to drop the ball. This is a very specific thing that they're doing with these characters,
Yeah.
and you're bringing in people that you haven't. Well, honestly, you brought back Rowan. You were able to get in Dexter that we've been saying for the longest time. Where is he?
Yeah.
And Joe Gacy had a whole program going on and successful on
Yeah.
NXT, and this has been great for him.
Yeah. It's weird. It's like there's almost something like morbidly beautiful about this group.
Yeah.
Because it's really in the death of Bray, there is a resurrection of 5 other
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah.
Who are all floundering one way or another. And I mean, there's some happy accident timing, and the fact that like Vince is gone, and like they weren't using Nikki.
Yeah.
They weren't using Dexter. They, Rowan wasn't even there, and all this stuff. And so that they can bring all those guys back, and really, I mean, they've really been advantageous and smart with this.
I love the fact we've talked about this before, because when Vince came back and then he did what he did and then he ended up selling the company, and we were like, what is the point? I don't understand. Why is he doing this? I don't get it. And he really thought he was making some big boss moves, and he was putting himself in a position that he did not think he was going to be in today. He really thought this was going to be something else. And in essence, it was like dodgeball. It's like, how about I just buy a controlling stake of Global Gym? I'd never allow it. It's a publicly traded company.
gosh.
There's nothing you can do about it. So he ended up screwing himself,
Yeah.
which was great.
Hunter's played the long game. God bless him. He's been a patient man.
Oh,
and we
yeah.
are all better because of it.
And the fact that you saw Stephanie come back. Now, not necessarily as CEO, but she's come back.
I
she
like
wouldn't
her-
step foot when her dad
I
was
like
there.
her exactly how they're using her right
I'm
now.
great with it.
Yeah, like that is perfect for me.
Oh, yeah.
Have her come out, say hi to everybody, put over Hunter's
Oh, yeah.
leadership, and let it be, and then let her go back to family life. Whatever she's doing.
Whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
We were at a live show. We saw her and her girls front row. They watched a piece of a match towards the end, and then they left.
Yeah,
Great.
live their life.
Live your life.
Yeah,
Love it. Absolutely love it. This match is going on right now. We've got 10 minutes left.
okay.
So this is not bad. But this has got to be the leg. This is the relay race. So how are we ending Raw?
Oh,
Wow. But the mask is staying on. It's
Yeah.
not moving.
it seems strapped to the back of his
Yeah.
head too.
So it seems to be on there
curious
pretty
about that.
solid. Let me catch up here. Let me see. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, no, I'm not doing too bad in the chat. Thank you guys for sticking with us. And if you just joined us for the first time,
Yeah.
our wrestling historian right here. He is a wealth of knowledge, as our Super Chat champion, 3 belts, 3 Diglets said, an encyclopedia. Stephen Sandridge is filling in for B, as our one of our daughters has had an operation today. She's doing well. She's in recovery, so she had to deal with that. We'll be working with that all week. But in the meantime, in between time, we do have to do a prediction show. We'll have to talk about that. We've got to stream her in. We may have to talk with you, sir, about your availability.
Yeah.
Because,
Let's talk it out.
yeah, this is going to be a special week.
Okay.
This is going to be a special week. So, yeah, this is going to be a big PLE. I think it might be an easy one to predict,
Yeah.
which kind of sucks, but I want to see some
What's
surprises.
What's really been good though lately is that even their predictable shows,
Yeah.
still been bangers.
Oh, yeah. No, the
Which is
no,
wild.
absolutely.
Yeah, and I know that's not what you were saying,
Yeah.
but like it used to be back in the day, like, yeah, I already know who's going to win. And
Yeah.
that like de-incentivized you for like, nah, I want to see Cody and Owens in the ring.
Yeah.
I want to see the match, just like Cody and AJ. I was like, neither one of those guys are taking the belt off Cody, but I do
But-
want to see that match.
Well, they set it up in a way that you're like, okay, I'm invested in a different way.
Yeah.
It's not like, okay, good guy versus good guy. We all know, and then you're going to shake hands and go on about your day. No, we've seen a history with KO. What are you going to do? I really want to know what's going to happen here.
Cody really his reign really reminds me of like Brett's like first and second reigns. Definitely the second reign, WrestleMania 10, where they all lifted Brett up on their shoulders
Right.
at the end too. But his sort of take on all comers mentality,
Right.
and like people now he hasn't really strayed from your typical title contenders yet, but the way Brett's like, why is the 1, 2, 3 kid getting a title match, or whatever, but then the match happens and you're like, oh, you had me believing for a second that young Sean Waltman could have been champion. But so like I love that Cody's having good matchups with good people, even if the story isn't always there.
Yeah.
I'm forgiving on that because they have a lot of good stories right now.
See, I don't like the way he's kicking. I don't like. We're better than this. Was that a stalling thing? Was there what?
Yeah,
what were we
kicking.
doing?
I wonder if he was having a hard time getting up or something. I don't know. Maybe just working it for a second, but I'm not sure.
Something just fell off. I don't know what it was. I want to see if you're gonna wear the mask. I want to see you use the mask as a weapon.
Also, are you punching him in the mask or what's happening here? You're smarter than that, Chad.
Having a conversation. Interesting.
Oh, he's wearing one of the gloves.
Yeah, I was about to say he's got the glove.
Bro.
Intentional.
Did you see too how that didn't feel like they were like, okay, I'm gonna stand up and now you're gonna stand up. It's those small things, you guys, that make all the difference in the world for those kinds of moves.
Exactly.
That like you're always telling a story when you're in those rooms. And like Chad's gonna go. He's gonna be Hall of Famer one day too. I think, way on down the line, maybe.
Oh, I agree.
But like, I think he, much like we used to say about Randy, is so smart in the ring.
Yeah.
That like, there's so much stuff
1000%.
we don't even notice. I feel like
1000%, and this is part of the intricacies, the nuances of a match.
Yeah.
Is you have these moments, these intentionalities that really, like you said, are a difference between an A show and a B show.
Oh, no doubt.
It's so simple. Somebody that, listen, you know what, that just picks it up and gets it, and somebody's like, and that's why I'm so disappointed. That's why I'm so disappointed with Jade.
Yeah.
Because I would hope that we were there yet, and she's gotten better. We're getting there,
But not fast enough.
but not fast enough.
Oh, you know what I feel like? I feel like everybody who works for Raw is getting pay raises, and everybody at SmackDown is getting pizza parties.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
You did it.
Like, there's a level of motivation.
Oh, you said pizza. Yeah.
There's a level of motivation at SmackDown that isn't pervasive.
Yeah.
Like, again, Cody's on fire. LA Knight's on fire. Logan Paul, when he shows up, is great.
Right.
Mello and Andrade are on the come up.
Yep.
But it's weird because, like we talked about the Street Profits earlier, they're bringing it, but is it even being noticed? And then you have others that are like, I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, a pizza party is all well to the good, but I like it. Shots fired from Steven.
I'll be watching SmackDown on Friday, too. I ain't going anywhere.
But he's not lying, though.
Yeah. I mean, there's a growing gap between the two shows. You're right. Like, I mean, I think coming out of WrestleMania, they were both on an even level. And, like, since then,
and that's what I'm
keep inching
saying.
ahead.
You did the brand split because you wanted that competition. I don't feel like I'm getting that competition anymore. I don't feel like SmackDown is really, like I said, I think they're coasting. Yeah. And that's a shame.
Yeah.
Because the bloodline carried them. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
They
I mean,
carried them.
Roman carried that show. Roman and Heyman really carried that show. I mean, for 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But who else you got?
Yeah, you got to be ready for the next person to step out.
Oh, I mean,
okay. Here's something.
What did I say? Always have your outside people give the interference. We got an ankle lock right here. Old school or top. But see what he's got to do. He's got to do what Ankle. Ankle will be like,
yeah,
he
hit
would
that
really
grapevine.
wrench it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Ref is knocked out. Ref is knocked out. Shenanigans.
He's like, oh no.
Shenanigans are coming in.
Oh, mandible claw.
Oh, okay.
My wife hates this move with a passion. It's her least favorite. I mean, I can't blame her. You don't know what that glove's been.
I can't stand it.
Yeah.
I never liked it with Mankind.
Oh man,
I never
And
bought into it.
Mankind would shriek and stuff when he did it. You know.
I mean, he did more, and I appreciated it, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like when Britt Baker does it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
There are way better moves than the Mandible Claw.
Totally.
All right, Creed Brothers are out here right now.
All right, where's the rest?
Can we drop the lights? Where's the smoke?
Yeah. Bro is laughing.
Come here, good girl. Yeah, Pete Dunne did that at the end of NXT too. That's freaky.
Oh, here we go.
Come here.
Where are they?
Might have been a power outage.
Oh.
Nope. There they are. There they are. Love this stuff. I look at
Protect Samantha.
Like, nope.
Even
nope.
the timekeeper is like, "Don't worry, Samantha, I got you." Here comes Ivy again.
Ivy Nile on Eric Rowan's back. This is what I'm
Samantha
talking about.
is like, "Can I get out of here, please?"
I love the fact that the ladies have not been afraid to get down with the guys.
Yes.
It's been great for me.
I swear I thought that was Johnny Gargano for a second walking in this shot. I'm like, wait, what's happening? He's like, I'm just trying to get back to my seat.
I heard you, Samantha. It's all right. Miss Irvin's okay. Your twins in good hands.
Oh. Sister Abigail.
We got it.
Turn for the
Mwah!
leg.
Boom.
Boom.
Sticks
Man,
the landing.
that
Sold
cell,
it.
man. That was like an RVD cell. Good match.
Good match.
And it didn't, I don't feel like Chad got diminished in that match either.
No, gosh, no.
Yeah. Because that's always been the tricky thing for me. Is
Yeah.
like they're a brand new thing too. And like, how do you do that
Yep.
without killing one of the others?
Yep. And just an ode to his brother. I can't help but think every time he does this, the emotion he feels inside.
Oh gosh, yes.
You
Maybe
know?
that's why he still wears the mask.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was my brother how I'd be able to do that with an exposed
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, if it were me, I'd be more like Kane and The Undertaker when he first showed up with my brother.
Fair enough.
You know.
Yeah.
But this instance, yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Although I like the dreads better than the straight hair, but that's just
Yeah, me too.
That's just me. When I saw it last week, I went, somebody straighten out their perm?
Yeah, right.
What are we doing over here? All right, folks.
It's a great show, man.
Let's go ahead and give us that rate on the go-home show of Monday Night Raw. This is it before Bash in Berlin. Now, SmackDown, step your game up. Step your game up, son. Let me go ahead and see what the people got to say about this. Sophie Dopey said, I'm giving this show tonight a perfect 10. I miss it. I miss
Ty
y'all's
Dillinger
spirit,
style.
too.
Yeah, I know.
I
Boom.
missed that 10.
That Royal Rumble spot was great.
Farisa, he said, I'm going to give this show a 9. What a
Yeah.
match. We get a whole bunch of claps. Let's go, boy. Yeah. So says Aaron Drew. Rickety says, I'm giving this an 8 out of 10. Dylan Danger, a solid 10 out of 10. CW41, 10 out of 10. The Wise Man, also a 10 out of 10. Strong second half of Raw. Aaron Drew, 10 out of 10. Samantha Poole, a 10. Solid 8 out of 10 for the Teflon Don. Modfather Justin Hollicrane says 10 out of 10. And T-Man said 10s.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 for Anthony. Love Kane and Undertaker. How could you not?
Yeah.
How could
Brothers
you not?
of Destruction, man.
And remember, he wore a mask once. He was called Kane the Undertaker.
Yeah.
There was indeed.
That, yeah, you know what? The Uncle
Remember
Howdy
that?
mask is a little Phantom of the Opera Undertaker style after Mabel broke his face.
Yes.
That does a little reminiscent, you know? Good call.
Yes.
Good call.
Oh, man. Patrick Case, 10 out of 10. J.R. Dugan says a 9 out of 10. Firefighter Jimmy 171 said, I'm giving this a 10. Thanks, guys. You make Monday Night Raw. Thank you, Rickardy. And thank you to our wonderful, wonderful co-host today, Steven Sanders with Big Gold. Let's get that over the shoulder, brother. And I got to tell you, I've seen this in the WWE shop. It doesn't do it justice to see it in person. This thing is friggin' gigantic, and it weighs a ton. It is amazing to see this belt and knowing the history, and you literally have your name right here. That's amazing. This is amazing. 10 out of 10, A plus 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 plus, 100 out of 100. So says your goatness, Lauren Biggs. Shimano gives it a 9. What's a 90,000 out of 90,000 for Raw, but a 1 million for the Bro Show. Yeah, it's the Bro Show.
Hey,
I'm all right with that.
well,
And good sir, what is your rate on tonight's show?
I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, a little first half of the women's six man was a little, but it picked up.
Yeah.
And I mean, really, if I was looking at like individual moments, Bronson and Braun was 11 out of 10.
Absolutely.
And I mean that main event was a good 9.5, 9.75 out of 10 too. So like, yeah, it's fantastic. It's a great show, great build. And one thing I really like that did not always used to be the case in WWE television is that yes, this was the go home show for Saturday, but they're building to next week.
Yeah.
Too. Like they're not just building to Saturday and then showing up on Sunday or Monday and being like, okay, well, what do we do now?
Yep.
They already have the seeds planted for the Intercontinental scene for the next 3 weeks already.
That's right.
And so like that's TV 101. How am I going to bring you back next week?
Yep.
And the week after that. And so like they're really doing a good job on that.
They're weaving it in. They've got the storytellers back there and they're getting the jotting. This is what I want to see. And this is what I also expect to see from Friday Night SmackDown. I'm going to give the show a 9 out of 10. I would give it a solid 10, but I'm going to say this much and I'm going to have to go there one more time. How many female matches, ladies matches did we see in a 3-hour Monday Night Raw? 1.
This is not a good acknowledgement.
I take issue with that.
Yeah.
I take issue with that, man. I don't, and I know it was chock full of stuff. And this is not to say that we didn't see some appearances from some ladies. Not saying that, but come on.
I think, yeah, that's definitely a room for improvement. But I will also, which you have just acknowledged, at least give credit to the fact that they gave their other women something to do.
Something to do.
Because there was a time where if they weren't having a match, a 3-minute match at that, if that, then you wouldn't even see them.
This is true.
And so at least I'm surprised we didn't see Nikki actually tonight, especially after Ivy showed up. But, I'm not, that doesn't ruin it for me. I'm just a little puzzled by that. Maybe she wasn't even there.
That is interesting.
But yeah.
But
Ivy
a
did some-
well-crafted show.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I want to thank every single person in here today for showing Steven the love.
Thank you guys.
Thank you for showing our family some love with
You're the
me
real big
being
goal.
gone and the operation. Thank you to our mod squad for keeping an eye on things. We have a mod right here, real life, and I can touch him. Literally, I can touch Big Gold.
I'm a real mod.
So he was able to get his fingers on it. Bam, bam, bam. Thank you to our members for just being members. We've got special stuff, special content coming for you. Thank you to our subscribers. We wouldn't be where we are without you. We did our snooze spoof this week in wrestling. You might have seen that in the beginning of this video. If you missed it, go back and check it out. It's its own separate video. It's only 5 minutes. It's just a fun thing that we do every once in a while. This is where we get Jack Antoff and Betsy Bedwetter. We let our hair down a little bit, get a little cheeky. It's all done in fun. It's all done and healthy. It's just something to make you laugh. Thank you to every single person that reached deep down into your pocket for that super chat and said, I love you. Let me show you some love. Thank you so much for going above and beyond and doing something you don't need to do. To our super chat champion and the newly crowned 3 belts. 3 belts, 3 diglets. We acknowledge you. Thank you very much to your goatness, Lauren Biggs, Wise Man, Jody, the one and only Jody. Woo! CW41, Anthony, JR Dugan, Dawsey Chatham, Roland Bird. What's up, buddy? Blue Will, Sonic, Movie Queen, Samantha Poole, T-Man.
Dawsey gave the show 9 tsunamis out of 10 cars.
Yeah, sure.
Straight up, dude.
Man,
No lies detected.
the windows busted out. We saw that, right?
He bust the windows out of his car.
So what you say?
I don't know what to do with that. I mean, it's just what I saw.
Oh my gosh. Firefighter Jimmy 171 cap for life. You already know. We love you guys.
Yeah.
Patrick Case, thank you very much. Justin Holland Crane, to every single person in here. Jimmy Uso's in the house. Jimmy, where you at, dog? When are you going to be on SmackDown? I'll see you, Jimmy. Don't be hiding, brother. Blood Ninja the Gamer, you already know. JR Dugan. We got the OGs, Sophie Dovey, OG, Triple OG, Dylan Danger, and everybody that joined us today that was just popping in and didn't want to go ahead and be in the chat. It's all love. We appreciate you. We love you guys so very, very much. Well, I don't want to speak for Steven.
Thank you guys for having me. It was a blast. And hey, anytime you need to do the Freebird rule or whatever, or the New Day rule, I'll be glad to help any way I can, whether it's in the chat or in the studio, man. I'm just happy to be here, not in an unmotivated catering kind of way.
I can appreciate that. But we will have some catered food next time. We should do better for our guests.
No. But I promise, if I'm ever invited back again, I will bring the motivated in-ring work.
You
we've
most
watched
certainly
tonight.
did. I'm going to be honest with you. We've got Friday Night SmackDown. We've got Bash in Berlin. We've got the prediction show. So we got a lot of content coming this week, man. So I'm going to need y'all to keep it locked right here. And remember that we sincerely hope that we're number one in your hearts, because you are absolutely number one in ours. On behalf of A&B Combos Wrestling Edition, special co-host Steven Sandridge with Big Gold. Woo! And you want some, baby? Come get some.
You got to bleed, you got to sweat, and you got to pay the price.
You're not going to get that anywhere else. Thank you, guys. We love you guys. And we will say good night. God bless.